everybody. Happy Friday. Here we are. We weren't sure if we were going to go on time because we just got back a little while ago. But yeah, we made it. Yeah. We made it.
We're at the Hollywood Disney thing.
Yeah, Disney's Hollywood Studios. We went there with my sister today. And, well, we left about 4 o'clock because we got there like right when they opened.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, and we got on everything we wanted to get on, and it was hot as balls today. It was crowded, but not super crowded. But yeah, so by the time it was like 4 o'clock, we were kind of starting to get pretty sweaty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my sister wanted to go back to her hotel because I think she's driving back to Atlanta tomorrow.
All right.
I think.
Oh, she drives?
So yeah, this time she did. Okay. Sometimes she flies, but I mean it's a 6-hour drive.
Yeah,
it's not that big of a deal. You know, and she likes to drive, which I don't understand that. I don't like to drive, but she does.
The Hollywood Park, it's okay. It's better than the Magic Kingdom. I can't stand the Magic Kingdom. I don't think it's as good as Animal Kingdom.
I mean, Animal Kingdom is pretty rad. That one's kind of, I mean, because that one has like actual animals and it's like safaris and stuff. So
it's more chilled out.
So that's always going to be like super neat.
Yeah.
But I hadn't actually been to Hollywood Studios since a very long time ago. It was in the 90s. I know it was like the mid to late 90s. And it used to be MGM Studios.
It had rides.
Yeah, but the only things
kind of short.
The only things that are still there from back when it was MGM are Twilight Zone, Tower of Terror, and the Indiana Jones stunt show.
Yeah.
Everything else is different. They have a whole Toy Story world. They have a whole Star Wars section. And it's like the front part is still the same. Like it looks like old Hollywood kind of theme.
Yeah, the tower was pretty good.
Yeah, that was like a cool. That's a cool ride.
The Star Wars rides were all right. They were mostly kind of like virtual reality rides, except for the one where you're going. There's a big element of cheese in it, you know.
Well, you know,
it's just the way they're going to do it. You're okay. I really liked the new Mickey Mouse ride. It was all retro. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't realize. My sister told me, she's like, well, if you stay in the resorts, like they have a whole channel that just shows like Mickey cartoons, but they're new, but they look like the old ones kind of. It's like a modernized version of the 30s ones.
Yeah. Like
they drew them to kind of look like the old ones, but still kind of modern.
Yeah.
And they have like a ride like that, and it's kind of, the premise of it is that it's like a train, and Goofy is taking you on this train ride like to this park, except Goofy is, I don't know if they didn't check his blood alcohol level or something like that, but chaos ensues. Yeah. And it's kind of a little bit like, it kind of reminded me of the old Mr. Toad ride at Disney, which they don't have anymore. I think Disneyland still has it, but Disney World doesn't have it anymore.
Yeah, and some of these rides, they don't have tracks.
It's trackless. So the train, like, the cars, like, break up, and they just go, like...
different places.
Swirling all over.
Yeah.
And all the artwork it's like a combination of... You said, well, kind of like It's a Small World, but there's kind of like a combination of like real shit and then like animated shit like over it.
Yeah.
And like the whole walls are screens, and it's like this old timey looking cartoons, and it's really cool looking. I really liked the aesthetic of that.
Yeah.
And it just kind of goes all around, and there's some animatronics and stuff in there too. Like I think Daisy Duck, I think she was an animatronic.
Yeah, they did some fucking wild shit. We were in there standing in a theater watching an old Mickey Mouse cartoon, or it's supposed to be old, like a 30s style Mickey Mouse cartoon. And Goofy blew the train up. Boom, you see it blow up in the screen, and when the explosion's over, there's actually a hole in the screen.
And you can walk through it.
You walk through it.
Like it's all ragged.
Yeah,
I was like, how the fuck did they do that?
How did they do that? Yeah, it happened so fast, I couldn't see how they did it.
I don't know how they did it either.
And we all had to walk through there to go to the next...
To go into the next thing. I was like, that was really cool. I liked that. Because I still can't figure out how they did that.
Yeah, I was walking through there, and it was all curled up like a cartoon explosion. The whole thing was cartoon.
Like something had blown up and like all the edges were ragged.
Yeah, and you're riding
and then there was like smoke in there.
And up there's a car with Mickey and Minnie driving the car next to you. And they look like 3D cartoons. They're like mannequins. But but it's like
animated. It's animated. Yeah,
really good.
It's cool looking.
It's cool looking, yeah. And I thought that was one of the best rides, just the way that it looked.
Yeah, I really liked the look of that one. And honestly, it's funny because I wasn't even, because I looked at the website before we went, because my sister was like, well, prioritize the stuff you want to do and we'll be sure to do that. And that wasn't even really on my radar. Like, I didn't even notice it. And my sister was like, oh, that's actually pretty fun. It looks like it's inside like a replica of the Man's Chinese Theater. Like, that's at the end of the main street when you first come in. And you go in there and it's like this big theater kind of thing. And we just went on it like almost last. It was like the second to last thing that we did, just because we were like, oh, well, we're around here. And my sister's like, yeah, this is pretty cool. Like, we could do this, because it was still pretty early. And I was like, wow, I'm really glad that we did that, because I wouldn't have done it probably, because I'd have been like, I don't even know what that is. I wouldn't have thought it was a ride, or that it was like, you know what I mean? Because they do have like a lot of shows. They have like probably more shows than rides. And we didn't do some of the shows. Like, we didn't, like, there was a Frozen one that was like a sing along, and I was kind of like, meh, I don't really care about that. That's more a little girl thing. But we did see the Disney Villain show, and that was super fun. Like, I liked that a lot. Like, that theater that they have it in is really cool looking. And that's also a combination of like live action and animation, and then like all this stuff like moving around on the stage and stuff.
There's live action actors up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was okay. It's better than a Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, it's like, one of the things I always liked about all the Disney parks is that I like their commitment to theming. Yeah. Like, you go in and they want their stuff to be as immersive as possible. Like, when you go in the Star Wars area and you go on Rise of the Resistance, which is like a multi-part, some of it's walkthrough, and then some of it's like in a car, and some of it's like in a motion simulator. Like, you walk out to this thing and it looks like you get in a spaceship, and then when you're in the spaceship it looks like it takes off and goes off the Earth or whatever planet you're supposed to be on, and like goes someplace else. And then you walk off, like the First Order guy like comes into the ship, like you got captured, and then suddenly you're in this big like you're Empire base, and like there's all these stormtroopers, and you're like, oh shit, we got kidnapped, and then they're all yelling at you like they're gonna put you in a cell and interrogate you and all this other kind of shit. It was like actually pretty fun. And then like you're in a simulator where you're trying to escape, like, the rebels come and get you, and you're trying to fight your way out of it. And that, I'm gonna say, like, that Rise of the Resistance thing, that's also like a trackless kind of thing, like, because you're trying to escape the First Order base or whatever, or I guess it's a Star Destroyer or whatever the hell it is.
It's a Star Destroyer.
And that ride is like massive, because it's just like, you take these little cars, and it's like, they're all driven by little droids, and they're all, AI or whatever it is, like they're all programmed, and so they're just like flying all over this massive like ship that looks just like the one in Star Wars, and it's like rooms and rooms and rooms. I'm like, holy crap, this place is like fucking enormous.
Yeah, or they made you think it was enormous.
It's
hard to say.
Yeah, they do use forced perspective sometimes, but when you're inside a place like that and it just keeps going rooms and rooms and rooms, it's like, that's pretty big.
I think we might have been in the same room 2 or 3 times though.
Maybe. It's hard to tell.
I think they have those cars programmed so tightly, the one car can't see the other some of the times. You don't know how many cars are going in and out of there. It's weird. It's just a tile floor. You can see tire tracks where there's been some skidding and shit from the wheels, but there's no tracks. And it's real smooth.
Yeah.
The motion.
But, of course, like, obviously, because it's supposed to be like a droid that's like avoiding things, so you have stormtroopers coming in and going, there they are, and like shooting at you and shit. Yeah. And so they're like backing up and like turning around and like going into these fucking, you know what I mean? So it's like all over the place. And I feel like a lot of the rides are going like that, like trackless nowadays. Cheaper. The only other one that I'd seen previous to that, there's at Epcot, there's a ride that's, I think it's Epcot, that's based on Ratatouille. And I went on that with my brother and sister, like when I went to Epcot with them before. And that one's like that, where it's like trackless. But it's also, all the walls are animated. And, Ratatouille is about the little rat that's like a chef. You know what I mean? It's animated. And you're like the rat, and you're trying to like escape, like from the cooks that are trying to like chop you up and shit. So you're like, going under the tables and all this other kind of shit. And like you're small size. Yeah. And so that one was pretty fun too. But it's like the same kind of thing.
Yeah,
But
I'm worn out though.
Yeah, he's kind of worn out.
I'm worn out. I don't really want to do the show.
I mean, I feel fine. I mean, we got up at 6. I mean, that's about the time I usually get up because that's when Bambi wakes me up for breakfast. Yeah. And we left at like 8:30. No. We left at 8, a little bit before 8. Because I asked my sister, I was like, well, what time does the park open? And she said 9. And it takes us about an hour to get there. So I was kind of like, well, we have to leave about 8-ish. So we actually left the house about 7:30 or 7:40. And then we went and got gas and then went. And Tom got some sandwiches at McDonald's. I couldn't eat anything. And then we drove over there. And we got there like right when they opened. Like about 5 minutes before. So we like spent pretty much all day. And when we first got there, like we got on Tower of Terror like immediately. Like we didn't have to wait. Because we were like first ones through like right through the door.
Yeah.
But that was cool. I forgot how cool that ride was. You know what I mean?
It was pretty cool. It was short. That was the only thing about that.
Yeah, some of the rides...
It looked good, but, you know what I mean?
It does look really cool.
It looks really cool, yeah.
And the thing about it is that... Well, because we were discussing this on the way back. I said I feel like they probably have some kind of algorithmic thing that determines... Because the ride can't be too long because then the lines will be long. You know what I mean? Especially if there's not much turnover. Yeah. And then it's like people will have to wait like a longer time and people think it might not be worth it. But then if the ride's too short, then it's like, oh, well, I waited all this time and it wasn't worth it. Like it wasn't worth the wait. So they have to find some kind of happy medium where... And the thing, and what they did today that I think was interesting, because my sister has the app and it will tell you like how long the wait on all the rides are, like at any given time. And some of the rides were given like 45 minutes. One of them said 75 minutes. And we were like, man, do we want to go wait for that? But all day, it seemed like the one that said 45 minutes, I was like, I don't think we waited more than 20 minutes. There's no way. And I think they overinflate it, either because, like, psychologically, or my sister said they might be trying to, if they put, like, a more time on there, if they're trying to, like, steer people to other rides. So they can keep everything kind of even. Yeah. You know what I mean? Which they might be doing that too, because she's like, I know they do that toward the end of the day. Like sometimes they'll inflate the time, like to keep you from getting on like toward the end, so they don't have to stay open longer. Because some of the wait times were like ridiculous, but then when we went and waited in the line, I was like, that wasn't 45 minutes, or that wasn't, that
didn't 70 minutes.
Yeah, it's like there's no way. It just wasn't that long.
What I do like is that you don't have to wait outside in line anymore. Most of the lines are indoors in the air conditioning. They changed the rides. Yeah, that's it. Because my sister said most of the newer ones they built, like they were kind of like, hey, this is Florida. People don't want to stand out in the baking 95 degrees, sweating their balls off. Most of the line is indoors.
So most of the lines are like indoors. They've made like whole pavilions that are air conditioned or at least have fans.
No, that's not the Magic Kingdom, not the old shit. The new shit is.
Yeah, because like I said, most of the stuff at Hollywood Studios is newer.
Yeah.
And we just missed it. I'm kind of mad because they used to have at Hollywood Studios the Aerosmith Rock and Roller Coaster, which I had never been on because that was there like after I visited the first time. But they are reskinning it to Muppets. And I was like, oh man, I really wanted to do like the Muppets roller coaster, but it's not opening for 2 more weeks. So we just missed it by 2 weeks. My sister was upset. But my sister's like, well, I'm coming back in August. She's like, but I don't know if I'm kind of Hollywood Studios because she's only coming for a couple days and she might not get to it. But she was laughing because she's like, they're also building a little like restaurant or cafe in the front that's all Swedish chef themed. Like it's called, she said, I think it's just called food, but like with little things through the O's. Like, you know what I mean? Like for Swedish. I'm like, oh my God, that's so funny. She was like showing me the fucking shit they were doing with it. But that's not open yet, so we saw them kind of working on it, but it's all like closed off. And but yeah, it's like I don't know. I had a really good time. Like I hadn't been in a while, and it was crowded, but not so crowded that you couldn't like move around. It was hot, but we weren't out in the direct sun all that much, so I don't think I got any. I put like sunblock on, but I don't think I got burned or anything. Tom sprayed some on his head.
Yeah, that shit was dripping down in my eyes, fucking burning my eyes. All right, so who's in the
everybody?
Say hi to everybody.
Everybody's in there. CB's in there. John Goris is in there. Zach is in there. Count Orlock.
All right.
Who did I miss? High Desert, Oracle, Next Dimension Media. Everybody's here. John Goris said earlier, I rewatched Shadow of the Vampire recently. I didn't like it when it came out, but wow, that was an awesome movie.
Oh, yeah.
I love Shadow of the Vampire.
Yeah.
We reviewed it a while back. I think I saw it in the theater.
Tell them what Shadow of the Vampire is that people don't know.
Yeah, if you don't know, it's John Malkovich and Willem Dafoe, and it's about the making of Nosferatu back in the 20s. And John Malkovich plays F.W. Murnau, who was the director, and Willem Dafoe plays Max Schreck, who in real life was obviously the actor that played Nosferatu. But in the universe of this movie, Max Schreck was actually a real vampire.
Yeah. I guess Max Schreck was a stage name.
Yeah.
He was actually a vampire. He looked just like the way... That's not makeup. That's exactly how he looked.
I fucking love Shadow of the
He's
Vampire.
on the movie set, and people are talking to him.
And
most people don't know he's a real vampire.
No, they just think he's like a method actor
Yeah.
or whatever they called a method actor.
He says some crazy shit, and they're just like, what? Yeah.
And then isn't there, I think there's like a little through line in that where one of the things that Murnau does to like persuade him to do the movie is that he can eat the main actress. Like,
yeah, at the end.
Like at the end of the movie.
Yeah, he allows them to eat some of the cast.
Like he doesn't get to
some of the crew. Yeah.
It's so funny. It's like it's not a comedy. It's not a comedy really.
No.
But
it's just a weird flick.
Yeah, it does have some black humor to it.
Yeah.
I saw that when it came out. I think it came out in 2000. It was the same director that did Begotten, if you saw that weird ass flick. But the same director, but it's not as weird as Begotten, obviously. Well, nothing's as weird as Begotten. But
that's a great premise, though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's so funny, and it's played completely straight, and like everyone just thinks that like this is a real serious actor, like, but he's an actual for real.
He's a real
vampire, and he doesn't
if
know.
If you watch Nosferatu, the movie Nosferatu, that's a real vampire that they got on film.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god. When it came out back in 2000 and I went to see it in the theater, I'm like, oh my god, like somebody went into my subconscious and made a movie exactly for me. Because I was like, this is exactly the kind of shit I would make. You know what I mean?
He's a super pitiful vampire.
Yeah, well, it's like he's been living
fucking in
like
hiding.
all by himself, and he doesn't know how to deal with people and shit like that.
Yeah.
So everybody just thinks he's really eccentric.
Yeah.
But he is actually a vampire, and he just wants to eat like everybody on the crew and stuff.
He's been cloistered for fucking a long time. He doesn't have a life.
It's so awesome.
He doesn't have any friends or anything. He's just fucked up.
It's so awesome. I love that fucking movie. And I try to like recommend it because I feel like it kind of fell between the cracks. I feel like.
And, Defoe does a great job.
Oh my god. Yeah, John Gore says, I love the bit when the actress Greta realizes it's a real vampire and they're making a snuff film. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Count Orlock says, I love that Defoe is in both Shadow of the Vampire and the 2024 Nosferatu.
Yeah.
That's right. And I'm going to say that, as a little aside to that, like, Willem Dafoe also plays a very Dr. Frankenstein-esque character in Poor Things. You know what I mean? He doesn't play Dr. Frankenstein, but he plays like a Frankenstein-like
I don't remember that
character. You didn't see it, I did.
Yeah.
That is a crazy movie. I loved that movie, but it was kind of crazy. I did a review of it a while back. Burley Kev says, Jen, your necklaces are cool. Thank you very much. Let me see. Oh, somebody said, somebody had some more, remember our band Stunt Buttocks? Stunt Buttocks have 2 new songs. The Reincarnation of Dick Buttkiss. Your Dick Buttkiss. Didn't they have Dick Buttkiss commemorative glasses, like sometimes, like at the fucking gas stations back in the 70s or 80s? Wasn't he a football player?
I don't know who it was.
Or something. And the Ballad of Joey Buttawipo. Okay.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I told when I was at my mom's for Mother's Day and I was there with all my siblings, I was telling them about stunt buttocks.
Yeah.
I need some stunt buttocks.
We can work something out.
We can work something out.
We can do some stunts.
You want to do?
Yeah, go get the camera.
But I wonder what stunts I could get my buttocks to do.
Well, I'll figure something out. Got all kinds of things around here.
I'm sure you could come up with some shit.
Come up with something.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
But speaking of, and we also saw at the what do you call it? The Indiana Jones stunt show.
Yeah.
Which that was there way back when it opened, because I remember seeing that a long time ago, but I've forgotten a lot of it.
It was kind of corny, but fun.
It's kind of fun. Well, and they actually had real stunt performers, and they were showing you like how and they did like 3 different scenes, like because scenes from the Indiana Jones
trying to
movies.
get audience interaction and shit, and it's kind of fucking. It's kind of uncomfortable sometimes because people don't fucking like clap or because people they just want to watch. They don't really want to interact. It's kind. I think it's kind of. It bothers me that they fucking want me to interact and yell and scream and shit. Okay, they're trying to keep the energy up.
Yeah, I get it.
But I just want to relax and watch the show.
Me too. I'm like, I'm not a part of this. This is y'all's job.
That's right. Yeah.
But I forgot. Now, see, I had thought, and I talked to my sister about this, because I was like, the first bit is like kind of like the scene where Indiana Jones is in the from the first scene from Raiders of the Lost Ark, where he's in the thing with trying to get the little gold idol with the bag of sand or whatever, and so he's trying to do that, and there's like some cool stunts, like he comes falling down like on a rope, and there's fire and all this other shit, and like spikes coming out of the ground. And I said, like, at the end of it, I said, didn't the big rock used to come out that skull wall?
I could see that it used to come out there.
Yeah, and go down, and you thought it ran him over. And I was like, I thought I remembered that, like, from the old one. And my sister said, it used to, but one time, that rock, like, came off the ramp and, like, started rolling toward the audience. And so they decided, like, not to do that anymore.
It's not a real rock.
No, but I'm sure it would probably...
Yeah,
I don't know what it's made of, but it's like they were like, yeah, that's like, we don't want to risk it. So I guess they stopped doing it. But I was like, yeah, because it's like this whole ramp, and I was like, I was pretty sure that like the skull thing opened and that big rock came out, and it looked like it ran him over, and then like went down into this hole.
They reenact a bunch of fight scenes and chase scenes, and the scene with the German airplane and the propeller,
like going around and around,
mechanic,
shit exploding like in the back.
Different, yeah.
Yeah, and like
the way they did it is they were fighting, and the plane was turning, and then the prop came up behind the guy, and you could see him fall. He fell down a trap door, but then his clothes went.
Yeah, whoosh, like he got vaporized.
He got vaporized. It still looked pretty cool.
It did look really good.
Yeah.
You know, obviously you're gonna see it because it's not on a movie screen. It's like it's right in front of you.
It's right in front of you. Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, you know, obviously they didn't really kill the guy.
Yeah.
But it did look good. Like and we were pretty close. We were only like in the second or third row. But yeah, so that was pretty fun too. I don't know if that's different than, because I do remember that being there, like when I was there.
They made a big deal, like they're pretending that they're filming it, pretending that the woman's pretending she's the director and shit. You know, just kind of corny. But...
I mean, they set it up as though we're filming, so they have guys like on the camera with the dolly, and they're like going around like they're filming it from different angles and shit like that. It's like, we're gonna film the scene, and they do the little clapper and all this other kind of shit. So, and then in between, while they're moving all the sets around and stuff, they kind of explain what's going on and do demonstrations of like punching each other and stuff like that. That one was pretty funny with that girl like punching the shit out of that other dude. Yeah. And then he kept like falling over, and then he'd fall over and like his head would hit the ground, and they do like a sound effect, like it was like really hitting hard.
Yeah. Decent show. Yeah, just kind of corny show, fun.
Yeah, like I said, it's
fire and shit.
It's just fun. Lots of fire. Yeah. And punching and whatnot. So
it's kind of a gag.
Yeah. But that's all it's supposed to be.
Is.
Like I said, you're on vacation. You're just like, you just want to have a good time. So that's just kind of what you do.
Yeah. The whole park's like that.
Yeah. And like I said, they do a good job making it really immersive in a lot of ways. Because Tom was even saying, he's like, I keep like smelling something nice. Like, we'd go around
spraying shit.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that
everywhere you go,
there's like a different. Because, well, for sure, like, I know the Magic Kingdom does that. Because
Yeah.
Main Street, when you walk in, has a very distinctive smell. Like, it's a really nice smell.
So it's like cake.
And, yeah, kind of, but it's like you can't really put your finger on it.
Yeah.
And, you know, because that's... I think that's really going to... Because every time I go to Disney World, I'm just like, you first go in and you're like, oh, I remember. I remember that. Like, and immediately, like, yeah.
All the rides have smells.
Yeah.
All the rides have at least 2 or 3 different smells in them.
And my sister said that all of the different resorts have a different signature scent also.
Yeah, they're pumping it through the rooms.
Yeah. So it's like, so they all have their own.
Scent is very powerful for
memory. So of course they're going to, because they want to evoke like certain emotions, and they want, like I said, they want it to be completely as immersive as possible.
But walking around that park, you're never not smelling something. And I was going like, and I said, Jen, I said, how are they dispensing this smell? I'm looking around and going, where's it coming from?
Yeah.
It must be up in the street lights or something. It's something hidden.
They got to be squirting some shit somewhere.
Yeah, some kind of mist with scent in it.
Although that one time, like when we were going over by, I guess it was by the Indiana Jones show, but there's like a little stall over there that sells funnel cakes. Yeah. Holy crap, that smelled so good.
Yeah.
I didn't get one, though, because I was like, there's no way I could eat that, but man, that smelled awesome.
You get sick of it real quick.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I used to get them at, you know, when we used to go on the weekends, we used to go to the Daytona Flea Market, and which Daytona Beach has like a massive flea market, and it's like every weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And they have had, as long as I can remember, ever since I was a little kid, they've had a booth that does funnel cakes, and they'll give you a funnel cake that is literally the size of a paper plate. It's just massive fucking thing. And I think that's about how big these ones were. My sister showed me, she went to Epcot on Wednesday with my brother and my sister-in-law, and she's like, we didn't even go, like, we went on Spaceship Earth. She's like, but mostly we just went there and drank. Like, pretty much all day. They just walked around and drank booze and ate. And my sister-in-law got this, in the France pavilion, she got this croissant with, like, chocolate on one end. And my sister was like, she's like, you have to see this picture. This fucking thing was enormous. And she showed me this picture, and my brother's hand was in it, like, for scale. And the thing was, like, this big, this croissant. It was, like, this big. And I was like, please tell me you guys did not.
On it, too.
It had chocolate on, like, one end.
Yeah.
And she's like, man, it was so good. But it's like, even the three of us, we couldn't finish it. Yeah. Emily, my sister-in-law, she took it home. But my brother was like, she'll probably eat it in the car on the way home, I bet. I don't know if she did or not. But I was like, holy crap. They have so much fucking... If you just want to go there, you don't even have to go on the rides. You just go and eat. And at Epcot, you can just go and get drunk.
Yeah. I'm going to tell y'all a story about how unobservant women are.
Oh, I know what you're going to say. I was actually going to tell this story because I thought it was funny also.
Yeah. Fucking, we were getting something to eat, and her and her sister are sitting there talking, and I look, and this chick comes in with a stroller and 2 babies, and she's just stacked. And I'm going, oh man, that's a bodybuilder. And she's just wearing ultra tight clothing, and she looked great. She looked like the professional bodybuilder, but kind of, she wasn't like super lean and stage ready. She looked good. She looked juicy. And then her husband came in, and man, I witnessed one of the gods. This dude looked like he was fucking getting ready to go to Olympia. He was probably about 6'2", probably about 300 pounds, and it was all muscle. Waist about like that, huge fucking arms. Good looking guy. And he's sat right next to us, and he's playing with his kids and shit, and I'm just looking at this going, God damn, man. I said, who is that guy? He's got to be some kind of pro body. He's somebody famous. Famous in I didn't recognize his face, but somebody famous either in fitness or, he looked like an IFBB pro. He looked like somebody who had done at Olympia, which that's like the biggest of the biggest. And fucking, I'm looking at, and I didn't say nothing. I'm not gonna talk to him. You know what I mean? He's with his family. He's fucking, you know.
They're on vacation.
He's on vacation. I get up, I put the trays away, and as I'm putting trays away, I come back. He walks right past me, and that bitch didn't even see me. I felt small as a motherfucker.
Aw, you didn't tell me that part.
Yeah, I was like, that bitch didn't even fucking notice me. And I was like,
Twat.
it's like, damn. It's just, he didn't even know I work out. That's what I was fucking thinking. I said, yes, I know what he's thinking. It's just, from his point of view, I don't even work out. Yeah. Fucking. And then afterwards, we got out of there, and I says, did you see that dude? And they're like, huh?
What, dude?
They didn't fucking see him.
No.
He was right next to us.
I didn't notice.
He was right fucking next to us. Like, the motherfucker was an elite specimen. And
I legit did not know who you were talking about.
Women didn't even notice.
Like,
and his wife was equally as grand.
I think, like, when we first sat down, I noticed that there was a couple women there, and there was, like, some other stuff there, so I figured somebody else was there. And I was just kind of like, okay, we're just going to sit at this table. And all I was concerned about was, one, eating my food, two, staying out of other people's way, like, not knocking into their shit with my elbow or whatever. And it's like, I didn't really notice them.
It's just funny.
I was just talking to my sister and eating my salad or whatever.
It's just funny to guys how non-visual women are and how...
Some women are visual. I'm just not.
And they're not, and they don't have any situational awareness around who's around them.
I mean, I have situational awareness, but I don't. I just see everybody's just kind of like faceless. I don't really notice
This
them.
motherfucker might have been the Hulk. The only difference was he wasn't green.
Like, as long as no one,
obvious to me.
As long as no one is threatening me or running into me or anything like that, I tend not to notice them.
He probably weighed 300 pounds.
No, I don't even remember that at all. I did not notice that.
He was more than 260. And he was probably about 5'1", 5'2". I'd say he was probably about 8% body fat. And he looked like a movie star. He looked like, okay, when he was standing up next to me and fucking he passed me and shit and didn't notice me, fucking I was like, that motherfucker.
I love that you're so butthurt.
He didn't even fucking notice me. He didn't even see me.
You didn't even tell me that part. You didn't tell me that part until just now.
It's like I didn't even work out.
Like I wasn't even there,
like
man.
I was not even fucking just walking
around.
What the fuck? It was he was like fucking one of those engineers from Prometheus. He's like that. Better though.
Really?
You didn't see him, man. I can't understand.
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, and his wife was fucking fine.
I don't know.
Wearing skin tight fucking.
I don't notice that kind
of
shit.
Skin tight fucking pants, like yoga pants type thing, with huge quads. Her fucking thighs were huge. They were just fucking all muscle. Little bitty waist, big fake boobs. And it looked like she might have been a little bit older than him.
I didn't notice that.
He was probably maybe 35. She looked like she was maybe 40.
I think when
she had 2 kids. They were a couple of years old each.
I think when I'm in a situation like this, like I said, there's a lot of people around. And as long as nobody is in my immediate space pissing me off, they tend to just kind of dissolve into like a faceless mass.
Yeah.
You know, I do kind of keep it like, oh, hey, if somebody's, like I said, encroaching.
Yeah.
But I don't really tend to focus on... I said, you have to be, like, really crazy looking for me to notice.
This bitch looked crazy.
But I didn't notice.
It's
just, like, so funny. Like, the way you're describing it, I was just kind of like, how did I not notice? I wasn't paying attention.
I was astounded that you didn't see him.
Nah.
I thought that you were just keeping it low.
No. Well, see, that's what that's what I'm telling you right now. It's like, I
kept looking over.
I think that you think I'm lying.
Yeah.
When I say it's like, oh, I don't check out dudes and stuff like, I legit don't. It's just it doesn't occur to me. I just don't.
I was trying to figure out who he was.
I don't check dudes out.
Man.
I never have. It's just I don't know why.
His bicep and his fucking tricep in the back, man. Fucking it was about like a large, bigger than a fucking cantaloupe. Diameter probably like 3 times the size. I mean, he's a bigger guy, but he's just fucking huge, fucking massive proportions.
But see, as we've brought up on many occasions, I kind of feel like when dudes get jacked, most of the time, who notices is other dudes.
I guess so. Yeah, women don't seem to notice it. They don't know what they're looking at.
Like, certain types of women notice it, I guess. But it's just kind of like, most of the time, that's more like a dude thing. Like, oh, hey, like, especially if they work out, too, because it's kind of like, oh, simpatico kind of thing.
I was starstruck. He looked like a fucking movie star. His proportions were fucking great. He looked like a movie star.
That's so funny.
He looked like a movie star. Some
I legit cannot.
Some bodybuilders, the proportions are a little too wrong. You know what I mean?
All I can.
He was that was it, man. He was looking excellent.
All I can think of is my salad. That's all I was. That's
Thinking of the what?
I got it. All I remember is my salad.
Oh, your salad? Yeah. Yeah, we were eating salad.
My Southwest chicken salad.
Yeah, we were salad.
Which was delicious, by the way. Not, you know what? Not bad. Like, not expensive.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was $12, and it was so big that I couldn't finish it, like, by a long shot.
Yeah.
I will say this. The food was not expensive. It was just what you would pay, like, anywhere else. And it was actually, like, quite good. And I was going to get some booze. Because I was like, I looked at the menu and I was like, ooh, they had like a lemon, what was it? A lemon watermelon vodka something. And I was like, man, that sounds really good. And then I saw the price. It was $17.50. I was like, I'm sure the shit's big. But I was like, ooh, that's a little... I kind of thought about it anyway, but I was like, man, shit, that's a lot. So I didn't get one. And, you know, I didn't know... Because it was kind of hot. Like, I didn't want to pass out.
Yeah.
I don't think they're that strong. They don't want people, like... walking around all inebriated, but that's more of an Epcot thing. Because I kind of feel like people go, well, for sure my brother and my sister-in-law do. They'll go and do, well, there's a whole thing at Epcot, drinking around the world, right? Like I said, you go to all the only place I've been to like that, like I went with them to the, in the Mexico pavilion, like inside the pyramid, there's a nice little like bar restaurant in there, and it's always packed, like, so you really have to, you can't usually sit in there because it's always full, but they have really, really good like margaritas in there, and I think we did go have margaritas with them like one time. But my brother and sister, they have annual passes, so they can go to Disney whenever they want. And so like sometimes they're like, hey, we both have the day off, so it's like, hey, let's just go to the park for a few hours. But usually what they do is they'll go and drink. They'll go drink and like walk around, then they'll walk to another place to drink, might go on a ride, and then go drink some more. Because my brother can drink now. Like, I can drink too, but holy shit, my brother Eric can fucking drink big time. I was always... Growing up, we would, you know, me and him would go to shows, and I was always like fucking impressed how much he could fucking drink. He can fucking put it away, and like he doesn't even act drunk at all.
He could just hold it.
Like he could just like house the shit.
Yeah.
And I'm just and he's still acting like totally normal. I'm just like, that blows my mind. And my sister was telling us about when they went Wednesday. It's like, yeah, she's like, I think we went on a couple rides, but it's like we were mostly just like drinking and shit. And then she was telling me like everywhere they went and all this. I'm like, holy cow, how are you guys like walking around? Holy shit. John Gora said you got totally mogged.
What's that mean?
That's a manosphere term.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
That's kind of like, doesn't mogged mean that, I don't know if I can explain this, but it's kind of like what somebody was like looks maxed like better than you or something, maybe, and like, you know what I mean? Yeah. I think it's that.
Oh, absolutely.
I think that's
fucking. I had this innate, this kind of inborn, instinctual fucking reaction of going over to him, presenting myself, and to kneel down on one knee.
Oh my god, dude!
And pledge allegiance to my lord.
Oh, see, I would never do that to anybody.
Like that. To join his army. You know
I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm not bowing down to nobody.
He looked like he'd be a good fucking warrior king. Yeah. Yeah. Let's make some money.
That's maybe that's why. Maybe because I'm just kind of like, I don't really have. I hate to say like I don't really have much interest in other people. I do, but when I know them. But it's just kind of like just random ass people walking around. Like I said, unless they're coming to like hit me or punch me or kill me or something. I don't really.
That wasn't no random ass motherfucker.
No, but I'm saying I just don't really notice them unless they're a threat or they're pissing me off somehow.
Those specifications are 0.005 probably of the fucking United States the world's population. It's probably about like that, maybe less. So. In the state of Florida, there's maybe 15 of those. Maybe less. Maybe 10. That's what we're talking about.
Now I'm like fascinated because you're like hyping him up so much, and I'm just like...
It's like...
I don't even think I glanced.
Yeah, it was like, no, I know what I'm looking at. I can see the numbers and shit.
That's so funny.
That's like one hot rod seeing another hot rod, and that hot rod's better.
You're like, ah.
Nah, yeah. That's a hand pill. You know, there's only 4 of those. You know, it's that kind of shit. It's that kind of shit, you know. Yeah.
It just made me laugh because, like I said, after we ate, like we went and got in line for the Mickey and Minnie Runaway Train thing, and that's what we were talking about, like in the line. And he's like, "Didn't you see that guy?" He couldn't believe it.
I couldn't believe it.
He couldn't believe it, and I was like, "Who?"
To me, it was sticking out like a sore thumb.
I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Like I said, to me, it just seemed
like a celebrity.
I mean, the place was like crowded, so it was just kind of like just this big mass. You know, we're at this little table, and I was just eating my salad and talking to my sister, and you know what I mean. And it's just, I don't know, I just didn't notice. But like I said, I'm not real.
I didn't want to call. He was right there, so I didn't want to call attention to myself.
Hey, Jen, look at that guy.
Dude. Yeah. That motherfucker's awesome. Look at that.
And had you done that, I probably would have been like, oh yeah, okay. You know what I mean? And then I just gone back to what I was doing. Like I said, it just doesn't. Not all. And you know, some women do check you out. Like I think we even saw a couple women checking you out today.
Yeah.
Actually, didn't that woman that passed us in line, like we were waiting for the Indiana Jones show, wasn't she looking at you and she tripped over something?
Yeah.
Like, and she had a baby. She was like carrying a baby or a toddler.
She was looking at me, walking towards me,
and then she tripped. She didn't fall. It was okay.
Tripped on the.
She was like,
and then looked at me and looked all sheepish and and she laughing. It's just it was and I said, was she was staring at me and didn't see that it hit the corner.
I saw her trip, but I didn't see what she was looking at beforehand. I was just kind of like, oh my god, don't drop that baby. Yeah. She didn't though. It was all right. Yeah. She was just like, oh shit, like she just kind of stumbled.
Yeah.
But Tom was like, yeah, she was looking at me.
Fat girl.
I just thought that was really funny. And like I said, at the bar last week, Tom went up to the bar to get something to to get our drinks.
Yeah.
And he said some chick was like, what'd she say?
Said, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. And I said, I don't know you. What do you mean?
She was all fucking hitting on him and shit.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know you. It's just, oh yeah.
She was like acting like.
Yeah, you met me before. I met you a couple times.
Although that is possible because sometimes we meet people once, like, and we're fucked up, and like then we don't. I
wasn't being a dick. I was just like, you don't know me. Yeah, I do. I know you. Yeah. You know,
now I'm kind of. I was like, wait, did she? I don't know. Like I said, it's entirely possible.
I didn't recognize her
because we do meet people sometimes, like especially later on in the night, and then like they'll come back like 2 months later.
Yeah. Hey,
you're so, and I'm just like, and then I feel bad because I'm like, wait, did we meet you? I don't remember that.
The whole thing of, I know you, I met you, this before. It changed after I said, I don't know you.
Yeah.
Because she came up. I was at the bar. She came up next to me at the bar and then leaned up against me.
Oh, well, yeah.
With the shoulders.
Because he was asking me later. He's like, well, do you think she was hitting on me? And then when he said that, I was like, yes. Because most women would not be that direct.
She goes, I haven't seen you in a while. And I was like, you never see me. I don't know you. I was just smiling. She goes, oh, no, I know you. This is where you know me from. I met you here 2 or 3 times, and I said, I don't really remember you. I don't remember you. Oh well, it was another time. Then and then she tried to play it off. She started to back away.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I called her on it.
Yeah.
She thought I was just gonna go. Oh, okay, yeah. We know each other. Yeah, we know each other. Yeah.
I thought you told me that. You told her you were married, and she said, I'm married too. Yeah, I know your
wife. Yeah, she said, I know your wife. I think she did say she was married too. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Well, like I said, it's entirely possible we did meet her, and I just don't remember.
Yeah, I said, I'm married. And she goes, I know your wife.
Okay.
And I'm just going, no, you don't.
Yeah, now I'm just kind of like, wait, did we actually meet that chick, or is she just making that up?
I forgot about that part. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, because she said because you said she said, well, where's she at, and you pointed at me.
Yeah.
Like because I was like I was over by the dance floor.
She remembers it more than I did. She I forgot about all that.
Yeah. Well, I remember what
you got to keep her eye out.
Well, no, I just remember what you said to me because I didn't see it happen. I was at the other side of over on the edge of the dance floor, and the bar's on the other side, and I just remember what you came up and said to me.
I was
after it happened.
I was in a good mood. I wasn't, gonna fuck with her and or hurt feelings or anything. She was a good looking woman.
Yeah, I
was just saying, oh, stop it. You don't know me. You don't know me. Oh no, I'm married. It's just, oh yeah, I know your wife. Yeah. Where is she? She's right over there. And then fucking next day, whoosh, she was gone. So yeah. That all makes sense
so that
now.
makes me suspect that one. I don't think she knows either of us.
She found out you were here. Then
because had you said, "Oh, she's at home,"
then maybe
you'd have been like, "Oh, well, I'm here."
Yeah.
Because dudes will do that too. Mm-hmm. Like dudes will come up and hit on you and be like, "Hey, I have a boyfriend or I'm married or something." Well, where's he at? Is he here right now? Like if he's not here right now, well, he's not here right now.
Yeah, he's not here.
I've had that happen.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean?
It's because woman's a target of opportunity.
Yeah.
We have an opportunity. You are here by yourself, and I'm here by myself, and we're gonna get this on, babe. We're not gonna worry about all this boyfriend action.
Yeah.
At least you're funny. If you're funny when you present it that way, sometimes it might work, but it doesn't work. It probably wouldn't work anymore. When I was younger, shit like that would work.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times the girls were kind of halfway lying about the boyfriend, or they really weren't into the boyfriend to begin with. He wasn't a serious boyfriend.
Well, a lot of times women will say that even if they don't have one, if they want you to go away.
Right, yeah.
But the thing about it is that some dudes, that will not make them go away.
Yeah.
Because I've had that happen too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where there's like, well, he's not here right now.
I never really had any of those problems because I only approached women that already gave me the fucking signals that they wanted me to talk to them.
Well, see, and that I feel like that's like a lot of dudes don't understand. It's like, well, how are we supposed to meet somebody if we can't go up and approach? I was like, well, you can't approach them if they already gave you
their signals,
a signal that they wanted you to approach them.
Yep.
And if you don't notice that, that's kind of on you.
Yep.
You know,
she wants to talk to you. She wants to talk to you.
That.
She will meet you. She will give you an opportunity.
Yeah. Like I think a lot of women still do like men to approach them, but they don't like men to approach them cold. Like usually if they see a dude and they're like, hey, I wish that guy would come talk to me, they'll give you like a signal. Yeah. And a lot of dudes I think are kind of clueless and don't notice it.
Yeah, they're nonverbal signals.
Yeah. Because it's kind of like, it's still kind of instilled in us to not be aggressive or not be.
Where she positions herself in the room is she's always facing you. Even if she's talking to somebody else, her head is slightly tilted in your direction. Sometimes if they're kind of a little bit insecure, they'll actually speak a little bit louder than they should be speaking so you can overhear them.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of things that they'll do.
That they do.
And
a lot of dudes don't pick up on it.
Right. And then they'll walk by and make eye contact and then just keep walking. And you go, she wants to talk.
Yeah.
But she doesn't want to talk right now. That's the thing. You don't chase her down. She wants to talk to you sometimes this evening.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's just like giving you a little heads up.
Right, yeah. Right.
Giving you a little heads up.
Right. So it's just, but it's all just by feel.
Yeah. Like I said.
The woman's energy.
I guess for dudes it's maybe too subtle because I do hear dudes complain that it's just like, well, they can't tell or they don't. But I don't know. I guess because I'm a woman, it's hard for me to say, but it's like it seems really obvious to me most of the time. But
I actually like these shows we get on these topics.
Yeah, I do too.
I've looked at all the numbers and I've talked to so many different guys from different walks of life. You know what I mean? I've listened to so many of these dudes on these other channels, and a lot of the shit that catches the attention of younger women is from younger dudes talking about this shit. Guys in their 20s and 20s. Those dudes are mostly inexperienced.
Yeah, they don't know shit.
And they're kind of insecure, too. So, what they say is not bullshit, per se. It is sometimes. But these are the troubles of a very young man. Okay?
Yeah.
Older guys don't care about the same things that they care about. We don't have the same limitations. Example. You're a young guy, you're talking to this young woman that you're interested in, you're in your 20s. She's talking about all these places she's traveled. She's traveled to all these other countries. She's trying to impress the guy as to her worldliness and her sophistication and the fact that she can travel these countries and come back. The young guy isn't hearing that. What he's hearing is, oh man, she's been going around the world and these dudes have been fucking her. They paid for those trips. How much you want to bet? And then he's also thinking of it this way. Man, I'll never impress this chick. She's been everywhere. That's, what I mean? So he just shoots himself in the foot by jumping into that direction when he doesn't know all the details. They do have women that just travel around and fuck dudes.
Well, sure. There's all kinds of people.
They got all different kinds of people. But that may not be what she's talking about. And she may have not been doing that. And you also have to look at it from this woman's point of view. She may not be getting much action at all. And what is she going to do? Wait around till she's in her 30s for some dude to take her somewhere?
Yeah.
She's in her 20s, man. She wants to go do some shit. And the dudes aren't stepping up. She's going to go out on her own and go do some shit.
Well, yeah, where wouldn't you?
You would do it as a man. So,
I mean, I would have done it if I'd had the money, which I didn't. Yeah. Right. And if nobody wanted to go with me, I'd be like, fuck it, I'm going by myself.
Yeah. The only red flag is if that bitch keeps going to Dubai. That's a little bit sus.
Yeah, but like I said,
that's some escort action.
I mean, but like I said, some people just like to travel.
Yeah, some people like travel,
and they just like to go everywhere, and it's just like that doesn't mean anything. It just means they like to travel.
Well, if you're a young guy, you don't have a whole lot of money, you've never traveled yourself. You're now seeing this woman as I'll never be able to impress her, and that's really
that might be true. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so he gives up.
Might be. Yeah.
So the younger guys, they kind of have this desire of kind of being impressive to a woman. And it's hard for a young guy in his 20s to do that because most of them are not impressive. They don't really have any accomplishments to speak of. Really, the only thing that you can accomplish in your 20s, because you're still building, you know what I mean? What you can accomplish is if you're good looking, you can be cute or handsome. You can do that. You can also be cool. They got, fucking you wear the right clothes and listen to the right music. You can be cool. If you're rich at that age, you're probably a fucking total dick because you've inherited that money. And
actually, at any age, you're probably a total
dick. Well, no, some dudes can.
Not always.
Some dudes can make a lot of money in fucking the construction.
Yeah.
Business and stuff and trucking and. Maybe they may be gone a lot of the time, but they might be cool, have a lot of money, run their own trucking business or something, anything, But just so when you're listening to this manosphere stuff, and then when you're a woman that's listening to it, you have to fucking consider the source. A lot of times these guys are 20s.
Well, yeah, that's why I don't listen.
So
I was like, what the fuck do you know?
Yeah.
Nothing. Child.
Yeah.
And look, I didn't know shit in my 20s either. Mm-hmm. Nobody knows shit in their 20s. Come on. Like, I know they're just trying to make money with a channel or whatever, but it's just kind of like some 22-year-old man pissing and moaning about women and acting like they know shit about women and know shit about dating and stuff like that. I'm like, you know what? Shut up. You don't know shit.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know shit.
He knows the market he's in and the situation that he's in. He doesn't understand.
But that's a pretty narrow.
It's narrow, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, who's the dude... He's the bald guy whose dad was a chess champion. Fucking man, women hate this dude.
That's a long list.
Man,
I don't know who that is.
Guy's name. He's actually British, I think, or no, he's American. He grew up in England. Oh man, I forgot the guy's name.
I don't know. Just call him douchebag McGee or something.
And he was living in Romania, and had a bunch of fucking cam girls working for him. He was making videos sometimes. But anyway, that particular guy, he says a lot of outrageous shit. But I totally understand what he's talking about. He's young. He's young, he's real cocky. And he's got a lot of testosterone in him, and he's going to say fucking stupid shit. And he's not going to... And also everything with him is very cut and dried. You know what I mean? There isn't any middle ground. There isn't... And that's the way a lot of guys are when they're young.
Well, and I'm going to say,
they're
too,
very
that...
binary.
And especially, I feel like if you're in that line of work and you make videos and that's how you make your money, obviously saying controversial, crazy shit...
Yeah. Helps us...
stoking outrage by saying outrageous shit, that's going to help you make more money.
Andrew Tate, that's right. Andrew Tate.
Oh yeah, that motherfucker.
Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
Andrew
So
Tate talks a lot of shit because he makes money talking a lot of shit.
yeah, I mean it works.
Part of it.
Sadly,
Yeah.
but that's so some of them. I think some of them do believe their own bullshit.
Yeah.
But I think some of them are just saying it for engagement or to outrage people or to make money. Because like I said, that's what makes money.
He believes a lot of what he says. And a lot of what he says is basically true. It's just that it's only true for the situation that he's in. You know what I mean? Fucking some of the shit that is true for him right now won't be true for him when he's in his 40s. Because just your perspective and your situation changes.
Yeah, I mean,
and the market you're dealing
everyone
with.
kind of has to figure that out for themselves, like when you get old.
Right.
Because everybody thinks they know everything.
Yeah.
When they're
and
teenagers or in their 20s.
It's just not dudes like Andrew Tate. They got a lot of women of that same demographic, the same age and shit. They're stupid as shit too. They all
like
stupid. They're all stupid.
Everybody's stupid at that age. Like I was stupid, you were stupid, everybody was stupid.
Yeah, they don't have enough experience.
Yeah, that's just kind of like, And like I said, it's one of those things where older people can tell you that,
and it won't process.
But you don't, because you're just like whatever, old person, okay, boomer kind of thing. I'm not a boomer, I'm Gen X, but like they'll say that to you. But I was like, I'm just gonna let them figure it out. Like I figured it out, you'll figure it out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You'll see. You'll see. I'm not worried about it. But yeah, it is kind of funny though that you have all these like children essentially.
Yeah.
With these super like confident, condescending kind of voices and like giving advice to people, and I'm just kind of like, you don't know jack shit. You don't know shit about shit.
Andrew Tate is giving advice to like basically virgin guys in their teens and 20s that don't have any experience. See, this is the thing that now, if you guys don't want to talk about this subject, we can move on to something else. But sometimes we talk about this, and you guys seem to enjoy it.
It's all right.
Okay. The shit. What I was getting at. Just talking about. Fuck. Where was I going with this?
I don't know.
Man, I was so fucking tired.
You interrupted yourself. It wasn't me.
Myself.
It wasn't me. Like for the record, interrupting you.
Where was I?
I don't know.
I was talking about. Okay, yeah, I was talking about the actual numbers and how bad the dating situation is right now in the West for Gen Z. And Gen Z, I think they're just starting to come up about 30 now, 30 and below, I think.
Yeah, I'm not real clear on what the parameters of that.
They're not in the same situation me and Jen were in.
Yeah, it's completely different. Yeah. And like I said, it's kind of hard for us to give advice to like way younger people because it's like they didn't grow up the same way that we grew up. It's just different,
Yeah, and the main problems is that they're just economically excluded. They don't have the ability to make money. They're just not needed in the market.
I mean,
that's fucking rough.
It's everything.
Really
they can't
rough.
even afford to buy fucking houses.
Right. So that's the first thing. The second thing is they grew up on fucking phones. So everybody talking shit about each other on a phone. If you do something wrong, and the way the girls are, maybe a response to the way the guys are. If a guy says something to some girl, maybe he tries to ask her out, and she said, instead of him, she might say no, and then she'll go around and post everything the dude said, and then her and all her friends will tear him apart in public in social media about this guy. So they kind of like make fun of him, humiliate him. So what ended up happening is guys don't approach women anymore of that generation. They're like, oh, fuck it. Because they're afraid of the repercussions on social media, which we never had to deal with social media. Like, when we were in high school, if you asked a girl out, she told you no, and she told you no, maybe the only people that would know that she said no was a couple of your friends and a couple of her friends.
Yeah.
And they didn't seem to have any kind of meanness in them about rubbing it in and like grandstanding on the fact that he asked me out and I said no. So
unless you said something really weird or creepy, then it might get around. But
well, evidently some of the girls are clout chasing. They're trying to chase as much clout as they say, and they will lie that said that you said something weird so they can make a big drama, so they can post their trauma and dramatize everything.
Although I will note that I distinctly remember when I was in high school in the late 80s, it was a thing for dudes to start rumors that they had slept with a girl that they hadn't slept with.
Yeah.
And it would get around, and then everyone would think that girl was a slut, and she's like, look, I didn't even touch the dude. What the fuck? Like, so there was like a whole bunch of that going on, too.
We didn't have, me and Grappers didn't have that in our high schools. Nobody, if you told her, if you said something like that, you didn't actually date that girl would send some dudes your way. Okay?
Probably
you
rightfully
didn't go out her. You know what I mean?
Shut the fuck up.
They might beat your ass.
Yeah.
But evidently Gen Z is so non-physical. They don't fight. They're not physically adept. Everything is like French courtesan bitch fighting online. They don't even really do it face to face.
They should take out some gloves. And
because kid in the gloves. You know.
That'd be fine.
If you post some fucked up shit about me and I see you at the club, you're probably gonna get your ass beat because I don't care. I don't care about going to jail. I get paid if I go to jail. My checks still keep coming. You know, I'm not a normal civilian.
I mean, don't go to jail, but
and you know, I've fought many times in the clubs and never. The culture here in the United States is not the same as like maybe Europe, especially in the South. If a man complains to the cops, rats out to the cops that he beat you up in the club, and you actually want to press charges, you're the lowest of low. You're a rat. You're a hoe.
I kind of feel like the UK is like that too. Because they get in fights all the time.
Yeah, they're like, you're gonna hide and get strong men with guns to protect you because you can't protect yourself. What kind of fucking hoe are you? You got your ass beat. You fucking deserved it, and everybody laughed because you fucking deserved it. And just suck it up. Grow as a man. You'll toughen up. Don't do it again. You know.
Sometimes that's the only way to teach a man something.
Exactly. Exactly. Because.
Just beating the piss out.
Men are children. They're just children of different ages. Okay?
I'll agree.
I'm a child.
I'll agree with
child.
that.
I'm just an old child.
I'll agree with that.
Okay?
I'm glad you said it and not me.
Yeah, and
everyone would get mad if I said it.
Some of these younger children are children too. They're just younger children than me, but they're old. Okay? I'll beat that ass. And you'll be 35 with your ass beat. You know? Or you'll be 40 with your ass beat.
I mean, shouldn't have done it.
And your 35-year-old girlfriend looking at you just hanging her head in shame. Like, God damn.
Man, you shouldn't have done it. You got your ass beat, and you deserved it.
He went through you like paper. I don't feel safe with a man like you. You can't protect me. Okay?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Yeah. Because the attack is psychological, not only physical. Every aspect of me is, I'm going to play some kind of angle. I'm very experienced with it. I'm a fucking expert. I'm an expert salesman too. Not only a soldier, but a salesman too. So I'm gonna say some shit after I do some shit. I'm gonna say some shit before and after, and it's gonna look really fucking cool. It's gonna look cool even if I lose. But the thing is I wouldn't make a move on you if there was any chance I would lose.
I mean, that's probably the smart move.
Yeah, no. I've made a move on you because you don't have a chance of winning. That's Sun Tzu right there. Okay?
Like I said.
You've already been sized up.
Yeah.
And the kill zone's already been set. It's happening at this place and this time because it benefits me to do it at this place at this time. Or I wouldn't have done it. I would have done it at another place at another time against another dude.
Oracle says, it's like Paul and Morgan, I guess is like, are they YouTubers, I'm guessing, who say they can give marital advice and they are obviously dysfunctional as fuck. Yeah, I do kind of feel like a lot of theirs, because there's like a whole subculture of YouTube. I don't watch any of these, but yeah, they give marital advice or parenting advice. And all of the ones of those that I've seen are psychos. Yeah. And I'm just like, you should not be advising anyone on anything, ever. Like some of these people. Holy crap. But here's the thing. I think that anybody that thinks that they're so awesome that they can give other people advice should not be giving people advice. Yeah. That's maybe the paradox of the whole situation. You know? Yeah.
So, getting back to the Gen Z dudes, I've been analyzing their situation and listening to what they're saying online and look at it. It is kind of funny to me as a guy in my late 50s to listen to these guys. But I'm trying to put myself in what would it be like if I was in that market with the job situations and fucking internet and the way the women are the way they're thinking now. They're very kind of like anti-men a lot of times, but it's funny. It's just like it's kind of like in them culturally now. But I don't know. I think it's more of a fad. I don't think that would last that long. But here's what the numbers say, and I think this was always been kind of true. The women that are seeking to mate, that get married and have kids or whatever, they're all looking at the top 20% of the guys. They're not really looking at the average guy. The average woman, let's say she's 50% out of 100, and she sees a guy and he's a 50% out of 100. She sees him as like, nah, no way. And she's looking at a guy who's more like a 75 or 80. And she's like, well, I can get that. Which she probably could. But the thing is she probably wouldn't be able to keep that guy. That's the thing. It depends. Depends on a lot of things, but when a woman dates up that high, chances are he's just hitting. He's going to hit and quit. Because they're not going to pull down. He's probably, especially if he's young, he's not going to pass up on free sex, even though she's not really all that up to his level. You know, she might be like a 50%. He'll still probably hit it though, and then he'll quit, and then she'll get bitter. What was that all about? Well, you kind of went after a guy that was a little bit above your means, but they'll never fucking. A lot of these younger women won't accept that. Not in their 20s. And I think it's just because, you know, they have other women telling them things that sabotage them. Like, girl, you know, you need to get what you're worth. And, oh, that man's garbage. And, you know, you can get, you know, Superman. And they're lying to their competition. Women will fucking sabotage each other. You know, girl, you would look so much better with short hair. She's got long, beautiful fucking hair. And she talks her girlfriend into cutting that hair off. Because that hair's long, beautiful hair, and fucking she doesn't want that girl fucking have that hair when they go to the club. Just stupid. They'll do shit like that.
I don't like chicks like that.
But there's a lot of them out there.
I know, but I don't like chicks like that. I don't hang out with chicks like that.
Yeah.
You do that passive aggressive bullshit to me, I'm just like, you're out of here. I don't like it.
A lot of that's standard though for a lot of women.
I know, but it's like, and I would never do that to somebody because that's shitty.
No, I've never seen Jen do that.
No, I've never done that.
I've seen girls do that to Jen.
Oh yeah, well, like I said, and it's. I think they don't realize how obvious it is too. Because like as soon as I get that real like insincere, kind of, you know how they do. Yeah, I don't like that. It's not actually. I don't. The only people that I've had do that to me are like people I don't know that well.
You don't know that well.
Like it's not like friends of mine.
Well.
Because I wouldn't hang out with them.
Sarah did that kind of shit. She was a direct competitor.
Well, yeah, but I hate that bitch.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
She's not my friend.
No.
She's never been my friend and never will be.
Yeah. But she was doing passive aggressive and saying shit like
and that's why I don't like her.
And then that then that other chick that showed up out of nowhere, that couple, remember? Then they're gone now.
Yeah, what was that bitch's name?
I don't know.
I can't remember what her name was.
Yeah, she would just come up and say all kinds of fucking sideways shit.
Yeah, she was one of those ones that was like real over the top, like fake. Like fake nice.
Yeah.
But then she would say like some kind of sideways shit, but it's like it still kind of sounded nice, but then I was just like, bitch, you just said like I know what you meant. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I do not like that. But yeah, I did think that's the two chicks I was thinking of. Yeah. And I think neither one of those bitches are my friends though. Right. I mean, Sarah, I've hated her for like fucking forever. Yeah. And that's why. Because she's like that. Yeah. I can't hang out with people like that. Yeah. I'm just going to end up punching them right in the face. Because I can't stand it.
That shit was so funny, man.
Ugh. She was there last week, too.
I got her acting all right, though. She's behaving.
Yeah, she hasn't done anything too egregious that I've seen.
She's trying to fit in. She wants to go clubbing. She doesn't want to cause any trouble.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you can't stop her from going, obviously. But it's just kind of like...
just. No, I hope she has a good time at the club. I hope she finds a man.
Good luck with that.
she's got simps fucking running after her.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes though.
After.
But see, I kind of feel like, I don't know her that well. You probably know her better than I do, but
a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. But I kind of feel like I think she thinks those dudes aren't good enough for her. I think
they're placeholders for the next one.
Yeah, I think she enjoys having them around her because it looks like she's more popular than she is.
Yeah.
But I don't think that she would ever like actually go out with any of those dudes.
No.
She's not that kind of person.
She wants other dudes to see those dudes doing that to her.
Yes.
And she's going to use them as bait.
Yes. That's what she's doing.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I don't know her that well,
I know what she's doing.
But I've observed her behavior for a very long time, and that's the kind of shit.
Hey man, the Machiavellian the Machiavellian instincts in me are just come out and say, "Yeah, girl, that's the game I would play.
Strategy.
That's what I would have do if I was in your shoes. Is do that." And eventually, one dude might appear.
Maybe, but we'll see. She did have a boyfriend for a while.
Yeah.
Because she moved to Germany with him.
Yeah.
And she was gone for like fucking, how long? I don't know. 8 years? It was a while. I don't remember how many years it was. But I guess they broke up and then she moved back.
So, the numbers in Gen Z look bad. If it's fucking extremely fierce Darwinian selection. But there's some bright spots in it. They got some of these dudes that are looks maxing. Which, okay. Alright, that's the beginning. As long as this shit's not too ridiculous. But everything might be kind of looks maxing when you think about it. Being goth was looks maxing in a way. Because we dress up.
Yeah.
And, and it's kind of a cultural uniform for our scene. It's kind of like looks maxing. But the thing is, though, is that looks don't seal the deal. That can get your foot into the door. But if you don't have a personality, or if you don't, have any social skills, or there's nothing really about you. You don't really have anything in your life, any hobbies or goals or anything. You just running around looks max and trying to get laid. That girl's gonna get sick of you.
Yeah, if there's nothing underneath it.
Now, some of these young guys will say, well, if you don't have money, if you're not rich, then they don't care. That's not true either.
No, that's absolutely not true.
That's not true either.
There's a lot of broke motherfuckers got girlfriends.
Yeah, and hot girlfriends.
Yeah, lots of them.
And it's because
we know lots of them.
Yeah, and it's because that dude's cool.
Yeah.
And he looks good and he's cool. Having a fucking college degree and all this other bullshit and this fucking job and being a suit and everything, no, that's not what they're looking for. They're looking for a certain kind of brand. Where we come from, if you're a fucking cool goth dude, then you're going to be outnumbered probably like 6-1, 7-1 with women. But that's just the goth scene. They got women out there that are looking for nothing but hot surfers.
Yeah.
If you're a fucking surfer. Nothing but hot fucking outlaw bikers. They got women that are looking for that. That may not be the kind of woman you're looking for. And they're going to be older.
Yeah.
A lot of them. Some of them are younger. But that's more like sport bike type stuff and street fighter type bikes, which is the new real hot naked bikes, like Duke fucking 1250 or whatever that fucking bike that they had. I used to go hang out one day a week. I got some of my stuff on Instagram, a bike night, and there were a lot of those type of girls there. They looked good. They weren't. It wasn't the Harley crowd. It was although they liked those kind of motorcycles. Some guys had choppers and stuff, but they were mostly riding street fighters, Japanese street fighters. But they would like a British one too if you had a fucking badass Buell or a fucking Triumph or just, and you could fall in with that crowd. And they were better looking than a lot of the fucking biker mamas from the Harley scene.
Well, like I said,
their 50s and 60s,
they tend to be older.
Yeah, so. If I was a guy in my 20s right now, I'd do it. I would still be in the goth scene. I'd fucking have motorcycles. I'd be going to bike nights and stuff. I'd be working out. I'd be making friends, with other writers. I wouldn't be focusing on women too much, because if you focus too much on that shit, you'll actually kind of fuck it up.
Well, you'll kind of frighten them away.
You'll frighten it away, yeah. It's just better. It's better if you're living your own life. You got a lot of friends. Everybody knows you, and you just they just start to appear,
Yeah, it's much easier if you're not trying too hard.
Yeah, and she's just looking to hang out with you. She's not, she's not trying to get married right away. You're just trying to figure out who you are. So you let shit take time.
Yeah, like I said, I would always advise whatever you like all your hobbies and stuff like that. Like, go find people that do that. Like, go hang out with people that do that, like in real life, like out in the world, like not just online.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of these guys like to play video games. It's gonna be hard to meet a woman fucking playing video games, because you're gonna have a lot of these e-girls online. They're going to sell you fucking time playing videos. It's an online video game hooker. That's not your girlfriend.
They're just making money.
They're just making money off you. Girls don't really like video games in general. Some do.
I don't think that's the case anymore. Maybe it used to be, but I mean, I always played video games in the 80s. But and other girls did too. But it's just kind of like, I feel like that's maybe a little bit of a...
On average,
I think it's about 50-50 now.
They don't want to stay at home playing video games all day.
Well, no, I do say, like, I think a lot of women like video games. Like, my other sister-in-law is actually, she plays a lot of video games, but
they don't want to hang out.
But they don't really want to, like, just sit at home like all weekend playing video games. Like, sometimes they'll come home from work and play for an hour or two, but then they want to do something else.
They want to have a life.
Yeah. They don't want
to have a boyfriend and go out and do stuff.
Yeah, they want to go out and do stuff.
Yeah.
So that's fair.
Right.
I feel like dudes are a lot more, like, in general, I think dudes are a lot more willing to, like, just play video games, like, for a whole fucking weekend and not go anyplace. Whereas, like, girls are like, no, man, I want to go out and do something.
Yeah.
I want to go out dancing or go out and do something, you know what I mean? Like, out in the real world.
Yeah.
But, and then we'll play video games, like, for an hour or two later. You know what I mean? Because I don't have a problem with that. It's just, like I said, I played video games a lot in the 80s, but I don't know, I don't have much time. And it's just kind of like, if I do just want to chill out, like, I'll just watch horror movies or true crime documentaries.
Another thing that these young dudes do is that they defeat themselves. They say, well, the way I look and everything, you know what I mean? I'm not a good looking guy, it's fuck it, I'm not even going to try. And I'm going like, okay, so you're kind of ugly. All right, you're not even going to try. We were at fucking Disney today, and I saw nothing but ugly people, man. Ugly people with ugly couples. They're just looking ugly. All right, they're all over the place. It's probably easier if you're uglier. Cause I'll tell you why. Because if you're real good looking, it now fucks up your market. If you're a real good looking person, there's only a small percentage of the people that are good looking enough for you that you can date. A real good-looking dude is not really going to date an ugly girl. A real good-looking girl is not going to fucking date an ugly guy. Their standards are too high. So that cuts out most of the market. People who are just average or just kind of ugly, there's lots of them.
Most people are
that's most people.
Average looking.
So now the difficulty's lowered. The priority becomes, are you a good person? Are you reliable? Are you fun? Are you going to be able to be there for this person? Are you going to be able to, you know what I mean? And so it should be easier statistically. Yeah,
you would think that.
Should be easier.
I think the problem is that, especially like a lot of dudes, and maybe some women too, but it's just kind of like, even if they're, quote unquote, like average looking or whatever,
he wants to
it's
fucking
like,
date a supermodel.
Yeah, they always want like supermodels.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, that's not going to happen. You know what I mean? It's not. But why don't you, like, there's lots of perfectly attractive women out there that maybe aren't like, whoever the most beautiful woman in the world is, but it's like they're pretty, they're good looking, or they're perfectly fine looking. I don't really understand like why you don't just...
Most women are average or below average. Most of them. Average is... I don't see them. They're like invisible. But most of the dudes are like that too. They should hook up easily. They do.
That's what I mean. It's like, I kind of feel like you said, like a lot of the incel dudes are like, oh, I'm so ugly, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, it's like, we live in Eustis.
Yeah.
It's like, do you know how many they're all coupled off. They're all married and they got kids and shit like that. I'm like, that dude probably looks like a bridge troll.
Yeah, and
he
his
found
wife
somebody
looked like a bridge troll.
Yeah,
and they're fucking hooked up.
But
they love each other. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So it's more the relationship thing. If you're a
don't worry about it.
If you're a fucking 19-year-old bridge troll, okay, you're not gonna get the fucking hot ass girl who's a fucking no, especially not at 19. That 19-year-old fucking super hottie, she's fucking around with a dude who's 25, 22, and who has money, probably. And no, you'd never compete.
You just have to be realistic.
You just have to be realistic for yourself. Yeah, this and that. But fucking put down the porn, man. All right.
Yeah, that's another thing too. I kind of feel like, and honestly, I'm not negative about porn. I don't mind porn at all, but it does kind of give dudes like porn,
an unrealistic expectation.
Porn brain.
Yeah,
they get porn brain.
It's giving you an unrealistic expectation of what the average woman looks like. If you wanted, let's say, if you were like a very average looking dude, and you're just not wired to be attracted to the average woman because you've been looking at porn too long. And I think that's what happens to a lot of these women. They're just wired looking at good looking guys, fucking reading damn smut and looking at the cover of the fucking romance novels and shit, and that's their expectation. It's just not realistic. She's never really going to come across that. He might hit, but he's going to quit. What you do is get some porn with some fucking girls on there that are fucking fives. And fucking re-brainwash yourself to be attracted to that.
Well, I mean, I was
probably work.
I mean, I was just kind of like porn that was just regular ass people anyway.
It's rare though that any of those people are regular.
That's true.
They're all above average usually.
But I mean, that aren't like super made up or super.
Yeah,
like,
that's like from another era.
Yeah,
where they were super made up. Well, some of the OnlyFans type girls, the creators, they put on costumes and shit like that.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah,
and honestly, like some of the ones
cosmetic surgery.
In some ways, like I think it's kind of better that porn has become so much more democratized because now, I mean, I've seen just scrolling through shit. Like, some girls have put some stuff, and they're not, like, a supermodel. They don't have a perfect body or anything like that. But I'm like, man, good for you. Like, she's just up there, like, doing her shit. And, like, lots of people are watching it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just...
There's a female friend.
It's not right.
There's a female friend. She's been on the show. I'm not going to mention her name. She was fucking told me a story. She said, no, fucking ugly guys is fucking easy. I got off on it. This is why is that? She goes, because next to me, next to him, I'm a goddess. I'm getting off on how much prettier I am than him. It's like a power trip.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It never would have occurred to me that way because, like I said, I never really...
And I was like, okay, yeah, so...
I get it, though.
So women have the ability to play all kinds of games in their heads.
I mean, that's true. Yeah. But I can safely say that I never looked at it that way.
Yeah.
But when she said that, I was just kind of like, oh, okay, I get what you're... I've never done that, but it's like, I get where she's coming from.
Yeah, she can fucking bridge troll. Because it makes her feel beautiful.
The only... I don't know. I just never really thought about it that much. Like I said, I don't... I have a pretty fairly low body count.
Yeah.
And I never really thought about it that much. Really, the only couple times that, like, I actually just, like, picked somebody up at a bar, like, I didn't really care that much, like, what they looked like. I just kind of liked them as, like, a person. Like, they seemed like a cool person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I didn't really worry about what they looked like too much, like, whether they were...
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not... And not all women are like me, obviously, so it's just kind of like... and we're not all a hive mind. I'm not super, super physically oriented. You know what I mean? Like, in that way.
Yeah.
Like, I do notice dudes... Like, I noticed Tom, like, at first, because he dressed cool. And he could dance, which a lot of dudes can't. So I did notice that, because that's very rare. Like, to see a dude that can dance other than just... You know what I mean? Because, man, a lot of dudes can't fucking dance. White dudes can't dance. But,
So that theater training.
That's what I mean. So it's just like, wow, he actually has rhythm and looks like he's actually dancing to the song that's on instead of just doing the little two-step that they do. The little shuffle that they do. Yeah. You know what I mean? Which I'm just like, just stop. Like, why do they even bother? I don't know.
They're trying.
Yeah, I'm
They're
like,
trying.
I really wish you wouldn't.
It takes time.
I really wish you wouldn't.
You have to channel it. If you have to think about it, you can't dance.
Honestly,
You have to
I would
channel
rather a dude that like, I kind of like dudes that like get into it.
Yeah.
Like as long as you're not flailing around like a moron. Like obviously that's very unattractive. But somebody that's got some rhythm and like looks like they're real into it, like really into the music and shit like that. Like I like that a lot better than somebody that just sheepishly kind of shuffles back and forth. I'm like, you're not even bothering. Get the fuck out. You know what I mean? I hate that.
Yeah.
But so I did notice that, but I think one thing that I noticed about you too was that everybody like knew you and you seemed like really friendly. I think that was the main thing that I noticed.
Yeah.
That you seemed like friendly to everybody and like, you know, everybody hung out and I was like, that was kind of a green flag at first because you know, you don't want those dudes that are just
this is okay. Now I can give some advice to the youngsters.
to the youngsters.
Any place you go, be it a club or a school or fucking whenever you're going somewhere where there's people that you want to date, it's just like a military mission. The first thing you must know the battlefield. You have to know all the players on the battlefield, all the different armies. Okay, you got to know what the terrain is like. And these are all, you know, euphemisms for what I'm talking about. You have to know all these people. You have to know who is going with who is the exes of who has dated who. All right, what is the culture like in this place? What are their values? What are they going to think of you if you don't conform to their values? There's all kinds of shit that you have to know. I see dudes come into the club and they get shot down instantly because they don't know the battlefield.
Yeah.
They'll go right up and hit on some chick and you go, wait, but that is a lesbian. That's a lesbian and that's her wife right there.
It's like you would know that if
you would know that if you knew the battlefield, but you jumped in here.
Or if you just watched for a few minutes.
Or just watch or pay attention to what the hell's going on. You know?
They don't pay attention.
Right.
That's the problem.
Or dude starts chatting up some chick and gets a little bit out of hand and he doesn't notice the dude that's standing 10 feet away, that's his ex-wife.
Yeah.
And then that dude jumps on you.
Yeah.
Okay. There's all kinds of shit. So when you go into these places, you don't try to. The first thing you do, you're not trying to get laid the first time you go in there. Now, if it's a meat market where that's what that place is for, that might be different. But if this is
we don't hang out.
we don't
like
go to
that,
those
so I don't know.
that kind of place. You want to go in there over a period of a few months and get to know everybody, and make a bunch of friends in there. That's
without any expectation that it will
just
lead to
get
anything
to know
else.
everybody, you know who's who, and then you have to understand the politics of the place. Yeah. And then you let them know you know. And
yeah.
just things kind of happen naturally.
Well, yeah, and I think the problem is, like we've said many times before, I think a lot of dudes, especially younger dudes, are just too goal-oriented.
Yeah.
It's like all they care about is getting their dick wet.
Yeah.
And that's like they're laser focused on that. So they don't want to do that. They just don't want to put in all the work and they don't want to do this and that. They just want to get laid.
If you're in there to get your dick wet, you're going to fall flat on your face. You'll fail. You'll fail every time.
Yeah. And it's just like you're not going about it the right way.
Yeah.
Like, because they don't, like I said, they don't want to put the work in.
Yeah.
Because they don't care enough. They just... That's why I always advise, it's like, go and hang out with people that do shit that you like to do. Yeah. Whatever it is. And then just try and make friends in that without any expectation that it's going to lead to anything else. The fact that you're trying to focus so hard on a goal is very off-putting to people. Because they can, especially women, can sense that that's all you want. And that's... You're just directed toward that. You don't care about them as a person. You don't care about anything else that's going on. You're just trying to get laid, and that's very, very unattractive, like, to a lot of women.
It's more attractive. You go out there, you get a bar, you get your drink, you start fucking shooting the shit with people, go out there and dance and impress people. And you can dance fine. And you know all the cool songs.
Yeah.
And you know how to dance to them.
And even if you don't know how to dance, and you're just like, oh, I'm totally awkward and I don't know how to... Like, even then, you could still... like hang out with people and like talk to people and just have conversations with dudes and girls and shit like that. Although
then you end up being like two-step, and where you're dragging on other people, because they want to go out and have fun, and you're sitting there and he's trying to keep women in conversations, and he's never gonna fuck these women anyway.
Well, that's true.
So he just keeps them there in constant conversations, and they're like, God, I wish I could get away from this guy.
Yeah. Well,
so my advice is no, learn how to dance.
Yeah,
because I don't like
weakness.
Least... If you don't dance, then that's a weakness in a club.
If your friends
learn
don't
to dance,
and if they don't dance,
you grow. If you find weaknesses in yourself, you grow and fucking alleviate that weakness, make it a strength, and now you're growing. Now you have something. But you see, a lot of times these dudes, oh, you like me for what I am. Well, for who you are, you ain't nobody. You're nobody special. Because you don't have any achievements, accomplishments, or skills. Get out there and make those achievements, accomplishments, and skills. And then you'll be somebody.
And that's it. Dudes to say shit like that, that's crazy to me because it's like, well, you don't give a shit about her accomplishments or anything either.
Yeah.
You just think she's pretty and want to fuck her.
Right,
that's it. You don't care about her as a person.
I'm not going to do all this shit. Okay, well then just sit on a fucking couch. Sit on a fucking couch. Yeah.
No skin off my ass, is it?
They
just sit on your couch and cry.
They want quality of some sort. You got to have a character and some quality to your character. You have to be attractive in some way.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you have to have something to offer.
Yeah. See, this is
everyone does.
Remember I was talking about ugly dudes and shit? Man, there are ugly dudes that fucking slay in the club.
Yeah.
They fucking slay. Because they know how to talk and they can dance.
Yeah.
And they're fun. They got a good character.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're slaying it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think looks matter as much.
Yeah, no.
Like I said, they might matter at first if you just want, like, if you're just looking for, like, one-night stands or whatever. Yeah, it probably matters more then. But if you're, like, actually looking for somebody, like, to actually be in a relationship for any length of time, it doesn't matter as much.
Dr. Michael looks crazy as shit. Everybody fucking loves that dude. He fucking kills it. But he's cool. He knows how to dance. He knows he dresses his weird way.
And he's super funny.
He's super fucking funny, and everybody loves it. Okay. And he shows up late when everybody's drunk. So everybody's in a real good mood when you go, oh, and he's like, yeah.
And then he goes all the way around.
Yeah, he makes his grand entrances and shit. You know what I mean?
And he goes all the way around, like hugging everybody.
Yeah, and he'd do some crazy fucking
smelling like patchouli.
Yeah, smelling like patchouli. Leaving patchouli drops wherever he goes.
You can actually tell when he comes in the club because I'm like, I smell patchouli. I think Dr. Michael.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Can you get me another drink? My shit's empty. That was only my first one.
Yeah, I know.
So that's not bad.
Oh, man. Oh, I'm so sore.
Oracle says, looks are the sizzle, but personality is the steak. Exactly. That's a good way of putting it. Like I said, I'm not going to lie to you and say that looks don't matter at all. Okay? They do. But, obviously people that look good are going to have an easier time. But I think that if you're not a supermodel, which, let's be honest, most of us aren't, it's just kind of like, you can't be like defeatist, but, well, no, I'll never find anybody ever. I was like, most people find somebody at some time. You know what I mean? No matter what they look like. So there's obviously more to it than that. You can looks max if you are, or whatever, like maximize your assets, whatever assets you have. But like I said, I think you should mainly focus on, once you get that squared away, focus on having like an interesting personality. Like I said, have hobbies, have shit to talk about, whatever you like. You know what I mean? It's not that hard. But like I said, I think some people we do know this dude. He hasn't been out in a long time.
Who?
Two-step. That's what. Yeah. Little two-step. I haven't seen him in a long time.
He's given up.
Yeah, that dude. Well, I feel like that dude's problem was that he was real nerdy, which there's nothing wrong with that. I'm kind of nerdy about shit too. But he was very mansplainy, which, no one likes that. And he would just go on and on and on and on and on about stuff. And he was real, like, pedantic, and he would correct you, like, if you got... And nobody wants to hang out with people like that. Come on now. You know what I mean? It's like, you can be nerdy and still be fun and, like, funny and not get on people's nerves, But, yeah, I think that's what his personality was very off-putting. And we know another dude like that, and I'm not going to say what his name is, who actually, two-step, he's nice enough. I'm not going to be mean to him or anything like that. But we know this other dude who I legit cannot stand, who is like that.
Yeah.
who is just like very, well, actually,
Yeah, and two-step was
and
like
then
all,
blah blah blah
and
blah blah
Two-Step
blah
was
blah.
maybe 5 feet.
Yeah.
He's probably about 5 feet tall.
And nobody, and I'm gonna also another thing. I'm gonna say women do not like dudes that just go on and on and on about them fucking selves, and a lot of dudes do that. I don't know if they're aware.
Yeah.
But it's like they don't seem interested in you at all. They don't ask you anything about your shit, like about what you like, or they just like talk about themselves for like ages. Yeah. Like I've heard so many fucking horror stories from women. It's like, yeah, I went on a date with this dude. It was like 4 hours long, and the dude just like went on and on and on about himself. Didn't ask me a single question. Probably didn't even remember what my fucking name was. And then like later, like she'd be like, yeah, I don't think we should go out again. Why not? We had such a good time. I'm like, well, you had a good time, clearly, because you just had somebody that you talked at for 4 hours about your fucking self.
Yeah, but the there are ugly guys out there that just fucking kill it. That can slay it.
Yeah.
Now they may not be coming home with the fucking super hotties, but everybody knows and loves them.
Yeah.
They can get girls.
Yeah.
They'll be average looking. And it's
Nothing
because
wrong with average looking ladies.
It's because I've always noticed with the dudes that are like that, they have an identifiable brand.
Yeah.
They're good at branding. Like I was saying earlier before, like they have some chicks that just want surfers.
Yeah.
And what we're seeing is there are certain goth guys that can brand themselves in a certain way. He's the crazy Uncle Fester fucking riffraff. Crazy old goth dude.
Yeah.
Kind of pervy, but in a good way.
Funny.
Super funny.
But not threatening. Not like in a threatening fashion. Just in a funny way.
He's fucking hilarious. He's fucking hilarious. And, but that's his brand.
Yeah.
And,
you know you're going to have a good time if you hang out with him.
Yeah, and so he kills it on a social level. He's got a shit ton of friends. He doesn't have a girlfriend.
Well, he is bisexual.
He's bisexual, right.
He was having a thing with a guy that he met at... he's a veterinarian. And, you know, the guy had brought his... I can't remember if it was a dog or a cat. Had brought him in, like, for... And he kind of had a thing. I don't know if they're still doing anything now, but he told me about it, like, a while back.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's so... That's right, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
So he's kind of in between right now.
He likes both. He likes everybody.
He likes everybody. If he likes you, he likes you.
He's just, like, omnisexual.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have a type. He's just like, whatever.
Well, he was chatting up this... This was years ago. We were out in front of an independent bar. And a fat little black girl walked by. And he immediately was like, oh my God, you are so beautiful. She goes, you are so nice. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
And he's
like out on the patio.
She's not even in the club. She's outside the club.
Yeah, it was like out on the patio.
Like that, and he's just sweet
trying
talking
to pull her in, sweet
talking her, hold her hands and shit, let her drink out of his glass and shit.
That was super funny.
And she goes, you like black girls? He goes, oh, I love little fat black girls. She goes, you like the fat black girls? He goes, yeah, well, look at me. You know, and he's just like, look at me. I got a belly like this. And my belly, your belly. He's just talking all kinds. And it's fucking hilarious. She's laughing. She's laughing, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he knew how to play it.
Yeah.
He's got a great brand.
And that's the thing, and it's like he owns it. Like he's like obviously very secure in himself.
Yeah.
He's like, this is me. Like, take it or leave it. Yeah. And he doesn't have any trace of like insecurity at all. He doesn't like. He's just like, this is it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Which, like I said, I like people like that.
He's got money. He's got money. Just
like I said, he's a doctor.
Yeah, it's just he has better luck with guys, I think, than he does girls.
I
think he's kind of the market because of his age is not quite as.
Yeah, he's like our age, I think, or maybe slightly older. So I'm not sure.
The younger women aren't interested in that, and then the older ones are all hooked up. I think that's part of it.
That's the thing. I kind of feel like in our scene, at least, most of the older women and actually most of the older men too are paired off.
Yeah.
Generally.
Yeah, anybody who's like gunning for Jen is a hot chick in her 40s and 50s who's like divorced and a professional. They've got kids.
Right.
Yeah. And they're cute.
Yeah.
They're cute, yeah. Fucking so.
And it's chicks. It's always chicks.
Yeah.
Well, because all the dudes know, you know.
Jen knows she's not really interested in dudes.
Nah, not really.
She's got a dude.
Yeah. That's what I said. I got a man.
Yeah.
I don't need no one.
Yeah.
Like I said, women on the other hand, okay. That's all right.
Jen's bi.
So, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm not super interested in, like, other dudes.
And, she's not super hungry. She's got little cuties she likes, and I like them too. They're friends of ours. It's just, it's all casual. Nothing's really going on right now. Just flirting.
Yeah.
And really, that's most of the fun.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that's most of the fun thing. You'd be like, ooh, who's going to show up tonight? Like,
yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'll be at the club, and I'll go, it goes, we're going to get you in the back seat tonight. I got a whole Grand Marquis out in that parking lot. I'll turn the air conditioning off, and they're giggling and shit. I'll sit in the front seat. Y'all can be in the back seat. I'll even drive around, just like a chauffeur. I'll put the Duran song on. Chauffeur, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. They just start laughing.
Zach gave us the super chat. Thank you very much. So if there's one thing that drives me insane more than anything else in dating and in general, is people complain about everything all the time. Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, people don't really want to hang out with somebody that's like fucking negative all the time either.
Well, I think it's becoming part of the culture. It's one of the toxic side byproducts of social media, is that everyone now has the ability to get on the internet and rant and ruminate, and it gets attention and likes. So another girl will see that and go, well, I'm going to do the same thing. And now you just got TikTok filled with women complaining and about dudes, and then it becomes kind of a contagion, becomes kind of like a moral panic, and oh yeah, fuck these, and the dudes are doing it too.
Yeah,
the dudes are doing it too.
Well, like I said,
The
that's what gets
stuff,
engagement.
Yeah,
sadly.
But it's brainwashing people. It's brainwashing the men and the women to be negative about the opposite sex and to jump to conclusions that you don't fucking know that.
Yeah.
You haven't met the person you're talking about.
Yeah.
We're saying go to a club, go meet somebody. You haven't met the person yet.
And I think, too, that sometimes they'll just have one or two bad experiences,
So
and
they say
they'll
it's
just
all like
extrapolate
that.
that to everybody, when I'm just
Yeah.
like, that's not what everybody's like.
I was trying to tell some chick that we know from the club. She's young. She says, "Well, I can't have a boyfriend because if you've seen the violence rates, you know what I mean." And I said, because those statistics don't have anything to do with you. We're not talking about your boyfriend. You don't have a boyfriend. The guy that you meet might, it's not going to be like
might
that.
be fine.
He's not going to be like that because you're going out with him.
Yeah.
If he was like that, you wouldn't be going out with him.
I mean, hopefully, unless he
a lot of times
acted normal at first,
Yeah.
and because that happens.
Yeah. But she's talking about getting guys out of the fucking goth scene, so that's not really a big. I don't think that's.
I kind of feel like
it's not really the same kind of problem.
Yeah, because once you're kind of like a little bit pre-vetted, because if you were a fucknut, like
you wouldn't have made it.
You wouldn't have like lasted that long.
Yeah. So
like you would have kind of been shamed out or something at some point.
So I told her, I was just talking online with her. This is several months ago now, and I was like, do you realize if I fucking were to follow your advice, I'd have never met. I would have never met Jenny. I wouldn't be married now. I said, I'd be fucking Jenny over if I followed advice like that. And I said, I'd be fucking myself over because I wouldn't be in a good relationship. And I said, you've got to have risk. You got to take risks.
Yeah, I mean,
if you don't take any risks, you're not gonna get anything.
Yeah.
So I get burned 1,000 times to find Jen once.
Yeah. Hopefully it was worth it.
Yeah. I knew how to protect. Jen knows I knew how to protect myself, though. I never really got burned.
Yeah, you never really seem to.
Yeah, I knew how to psychologically protect myself.
I never got fucked over that bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I've been fucked over, but not. I mean, other women have way worse stories than me, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I kind of was lucky.
Yeah.
In that regard, I didn't get fucked over that much.
Yeah. No, you did pretty good.
Yeah, I did okay.
Yeah. And so did I.
Yeah.
Especially considered what my body count was.
Yeah,
because I was very thorough at controlling who it was.
Yeah.
Even if it was just some kind of casual hookup, she was no threat to me, or there'd be no risk.
Yeah.
And she was still some cool chick.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I could tell who was cool and who wasn't.
Yeah, you could kind of knew how to pick them.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you never had anybody, like, psycho out on you or anything like that.
No, never had anybody steal anything from me. Never had anybody fucking accuse me of anything that didn't happen. None of that shit. It's because I always pretty much had a good grip on who it was I was dealing with.
Yeah.
And they were usually somebody, kind of like a kindred person.
Yeah.
Somebody who's similar to me, mentally.
So, yeah, and like I said, I do kind of feel like it's a lot easier when we're in this kind of smaller subculture because most of the people, you kind of know them sort of through the grapevine anyway. Or you know somebody that knows them, so it's like, well, they probably are mostly okay.
Well,
or it would get around.
Yeah, and for you youngsters, that's how we've done it, and that's how our grandparents did it going back generations and generations. You were dating out of your tribe, basically. You didn't just date strangers off the internet. Man,
that's way scarier.
Yeah, I can just get on any Instagram video and read in the fucking comment section and hear all kinds of fucking crazy shit. Because the diversity of fucking thinking online is fucking insane. You know what I mean? Fucking, they got maniacs in there, dumbasses, stupid people that have nothing in common with. You gonna date those people? You gonna go on a fucking dating app and shit and fucking meet these people? Fuck them. You want to meet somebody that you have friends in common with.
That's always kind of the best way to do it. Like I said, because
that's what I told Soap to do, and that's how she got her boyfriend.
Yeah.
I said, stop all that fucking dating shit. There's somebody you know.
Because that's a bunch of random ass motherfuckers.
Yeah. There's somebody you know right now that you could call and hang out with, and if you give it time, that'd be your boyfriend.
Although I will
A couple weeks later, she goes, I did you a steak. Yeah, I called him up, and they're still together. They're going to get married.
They're still together.
And it's because they knew each other. It's not just some faceless person off the internet. They had friends in common.
Yeah. I will say that, like I said, that dude that I dated for a little while before you, I had never met him in person. I actually did meet him online.
It was a different time, though.
But we were Facebook friends, and he knew some of the same people that I knew.
Yeah. So you did.
We did have mutual friends.
Yeah.
And we just started talking because we'd both gotten divorced right around the same time, and like he came to iBar sometimes.
Yeah.
Like he was more, he kind of went to what was that like? He was a burlesque guy.
Yeah.
Because he made burlesque clothes. His mom owned this big company that made clothes for burlesque dancers and stuff like that. And he worked in the warehouse, and I think he runs that company now. I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a long time. But so he did that kind of stuff. So he knew some of the same people.
If you don't have any friends in common, then you don't have any leverage. And what I mean by that, you don't have any leverage or any protection.
Yeah.
If you don't have any friends in common with that person can fuck you over and just disappear, steal a bunch of money from you.
Yeah.
And it would never come back on them. You couldn't find him again.
Yeah.
So they know there's kind of a backup plan that if this bitch can't fuck me over too bad, because I'll fucking call and tell his friends.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing to have. And you want both sides want that.
Yeah, I mean
the protection of both.
It feels like the safest.
This is the safest way. You want her to know your friends. You want to know her friends, and that way everybody's fucking on the same team. Everything's safe. And if it breaks up, it'll be a good situation. You know what I mean? It's not going to be a bad situation. You know, and you can remain friends afterwards, type of deal.
Especially hopefully
in the beginning. When we're talking about, the dangerous part is the beginning phases.
Yeah.
The first few months.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would be kind of scared to, like I said, God forbid if anything happened to you, but I don't even think I would fuck with it. I wouldn't bother. But it's just kind of like, I wouldn't do like online dating. I don't want to meet some random ass fucking.
Yeah, you meet a rando and you don't know it. This dude's got a lengthy criminal history.
I've seen a lot of true crime documentaries.
He's got a shit ton of ex-wives.
I watched one the other day.
Yeah.
That the woman met this dude in a bar, and she ended up marrying him, and it turned out that he had raped and murdered 2 women.
Yeah.
In another state, and then had changed his name. He
had multiple identifications and shit.
He had like a whole I mean, she she's all right, like obviously,
Yeah.
but she actually helped get him caught, so good for her. But like, because she got suspicious of him like after they've been married for like a year, and she's like, "Why do you have 2 social security cards, bro?" And then like she hired a private investigator, and found out that that wasn't his real name, and the social security cards were like from 2 dead people, and she's like, "I'm going to the cops."
If you have friends in common, it's kind of like you've got references,
Yeah.
and it's a lot better. It's a lot safer for both sides.
Yeah, and like I said, that's why I didn't feel. I had no misgivings at all about hanging out with you because everybody knew you.
Yeah.
You know, if you were a shithead, somebody would have told me that.
Well, no, there were dudes telling you that.
Yeah, but I knew why.
Yeah. They had a dude
I knew
that
why
was
they
just-
were telling me
There
that.
was a dude that wanted to go out with her so bad, he would say anything about me.
He was
came
a
out
nice dude,
He came out and
but
apologized later.
he did do that. Like, because I think before, really when I first kind of met you, and we didn't know each other that well, he was hanging around a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think we never went out or anything, but it's like, you know, we would hang out at the club sometimes, and I think he asked me out a couple times. I was like, nah, you know, I'm just trying to, you know, I just got divorced and I'm, you know, kind of fucked up, and I was kind of trying to take it easy. And
That's a long time ago.
it was a long time ago, and he was really nice and everything like that. But when I started talking to you or like hanging out with you or whatever, like he did start saying stuff like, "Oh, he's such a man whore," and it's like he fucked this chick and that chick, and most of which was not true.
Yeah.
And he would like text me like 100 times a day, and I'm just like, oh man, this is like bad. But in his defense, after we started going out and we were going out for a while, he did come up to Tom like in the club and said, "Man, I'm really sorry. Like I misjudged you."
Yeah.
And I respected him for doing that. That was good. Because he didn't have to do that. He could have just
Yeah.
been a bitch the whole time. But he didn't. He actually said, "Nah, you're a good dude." You know?
Yeah.
So I like that he did that.
Oh, he knew that. He was just trying to get in.
I know.
He's just trying to get in.
But most
Yeah.
people would not admit it.
Yeah.
You know? So I respect that you respect, hey, I fucked up and I said all this stuff about you, and that's not true.
Yeah, because he was saying I was fucking all kinds of chicks I didn't fuck.
Yeah.
Some of them I did, though, I think. But I fessed up.
Yeah,
to them.
but I
said,
think...
No, I dated her.
Yeah, I don't... And
some
the
of them I
thing
did
about
date,
it...
some of them I didn't.
And I think he was the main one I heard it from. I heard it from a couple people, too, but it's just kind of... The weird thing about it is that I feel like people were acting like you were this big player or something like that, but it's like you didn't date any more people. It was like pretty average. I thought it was pretty normal for the time period. I was just like, what was it? Was like 2 or 3 chicks like over a couple of years. That's not weird.
Yeah.
That's not excessive.
It was because it was.
That's normal.
Because they were kind of notorious.
Yeah.
Like they were like Sonia,
Yeah.
Nancy.
Yeah.
I guess you could say I dated Nancy.
Did you?
We were always going out on dates, going to the clubs together. Never had sex with her.
Oh, you told me you didn't really ever dated her.
We were going to places together.
Yeah.
I guess you could say that's a date. We go to the club together.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I used to go with Sonia all the time.
Just, I would never sleep with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I guess I would consider dating someone.
Yeah. It's like involving sex too.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that would be my definition.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, dating just when we go on a date together. Let's go out.
I guess.
I guess it's not synonymous for me.
I don't
Because
know.
there were women I slept with that I didn't date. I just hooked up.
That's true.
Never saw them again. Would I call that dating? No.
Well, no, I wouldn't call that dating either. But like I said, usually I would think if somebody, just a random person that I didn't know, like said they were dating so and so, I would assume they were having sex.
Right.
And maybe they weren't, but it's
No.
like, you know what I mean? I would assume they were going on dates and also having sex.
I don't
That's
know.
what I would assume.
The way I always thought of it is that if you were dating somebody, you were just in the beginning phases and you're going places with them.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah,
That's
okay,
how.
I can see that.
That's how I would call it. All right.
I don't even know if I'd put a word
If you were
on.
seeing somebody, you were doing that and having sex with them.
Okay, I gotcha.
That's now your girlfriend.
All right, that's fair enough.
That's the way I usually.
It's just like difference in terminology,
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah. Now, if I'm seeing somebody, that's your girlfriend. You're having sex with her.
Right.
Dating just means you're hanging out with her.
Okay.
Because I went on a lot of dates, there were no sex.
Right.
Even back in high school.
Yeah.
None of that shit was guaranteed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, now I'm kind of curious as to like what the preferred nomenclature would be nowadays.
I don't know. I never really.
I'd be curious to do like a poll or something.
For me, it was always just kind of natural flow. I didn't really think much about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really like. I don't know. Like all the terms for it are so nebulous.
Yeah.
So, like I said,
I wasn't really thinking about it at the time.
So that's why I think that's why there was like a misunderstanding when you said that you dated Nancy. I was like, you said you didn't date Nancy. Like, you never had sex with Nancy. And he's like, no, I didn't. But it's like they used to go to the club sometimes.
Yeah, we used to go see concerts together.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Yeah,
and you used to go to the club with Sonia all the time. Sonia used to go to the club with both of us.
Yeah,
like after we started going.
Yeah,
out. We always had to pick her ass up.
Yeah,
every weekend we used to pick her ass up. Take her to the club with us. But
I would just I guess it's because just the way I was raised and just the way everything happened. You know, we were saying that a lot of other guys, they were very goal oriented about getting their dick wet and shit.
Yeah.
I was never really like that because I came from a background of plenty.
Well, like I said, I think that's why you were a lot more successful because women can sense that you're not.
I was kind of indifferent about it because that was kind of not high on the priorities.
Yeah.
What was higher on my priority list is whether or not I was into this person.
Yeah.
If I could trust them. You remember how I was?
Yeah, I remember.
I was very guarded.
Big time.
Yeah, I had a lot of mechanisms that was like, I'm not sure I trust this person because, you know, if I was going through a divorce and shit, you don't want to create the same mistake twice. But the thing is, if you try too hard to avoid the same mistake twice, you'll end up accidentally avoiding good shit.
Yeah.
So the defense mechanisms can work against you.
Yeah.
So, but it was, it sounds fucking corny, but by that time I was in my late 30s, I was more into fucking what the character of the relationship was than it was sex. Even though the woman had to be sexually attractive.
Yeah.
But that wasn't really what I was looking for. You knew.
Yeah.
You could tell.
Yeah. I kind of knew. Well, yeah, you were always very guarded, but I knew what was going on behind there.
Yeah.
I think, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I always kind of knew.
We see
the walls that you
what
put
happens
up.
What happens is if you like this woman and you have sex with her, but you don't plan to have a relationship with her, you're gonna fuck her over because now she kind of wasted her time with you. You know what I mean? She might take it badly.
Yeah.
So I was real guarded about if I liked the person. I was kind of careful about whether or not I'd sleep with her.
Yeah.
The more I liked her, the less apt I was probably to sleep with her right away.
Because you thought you were fucking her over.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be. Or yeah, because I liked her, and if the relationship didn't work out, it would be like fucking her over.
Because I remember you saying shit like that to me, like at the beginning.
Yeah.
You know? Which I get. I mean...
It was a lot easier to sleep with a woman you weren't really all that into anymore. You're just fucking attracted to her, but you
didn't really care if you had like a relationship or not.
Yeah. You don't really care if you hurt your feelings because if it doesn't work out. You don't really care. You saw me do that.
I know. That's what I was going to say. I remember.
Yeah, you could just take it or leave it.
Yeah. And you did do that a few times, like, because you found that easier.
Yeah.
Like back then.
Right. But if she's more important to you, you have to take it more seriously.
Yeah. Which I think that's fair. I don't know, like, maybe a lot of people do that.
Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of I was kind of unconscious of it. I was just doing what I felt was right at the time.
Yeah.
And sometimes it was like worried about things too much. You know, I was younger then.
True.
You know, I was still in my 30s.
Because I definitely did get the impression that you liked me, but you were trying to keep me at arm's length at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I could tell that you were doing that.
Yeah. Well, I knew you were. I knew you liked me, so I was like, man, I gotta be careful with this one. I don't want to hurt her feelings.
Yeah. You did. Well, a few times you did, but we got through it.
I knew you took me seriously. Which me and her were like best friends.
Yeah.
We became best friends.
Even before we were going out.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I was
yeah.
at his house all the time.
Yeah.
He was at my apartment all the time.
Yeah.
Like, every time, like, if something bad happened, I'd be calling him up, being like, this fucking shit happened. You know what I mean?
And we had basically just gone through divorces and shit.
Yeah.
And I had all these little fucking demonic voices in my ears going, you know, she's just getting single. This is too early for her, you know. And shit like, it was other women.
Yeah.
Trying to say,
well, I remember Sonia saying that.
Yeah, don't get involved in relationships with her. Let her play the field for a while. You know,
yeah, I
kind
did.
of made some sense.
I did, but you know,
kind of made sense at the time. But
I've never been a super playing the field person. You know what I mean? I did. It was fun for a little while.
How much of that drink you got left?
Like that much, like a third maybe.
All right, that's getting late, man. And then
it's 9:30. It's not that late.
I'm getting sleepy.
Yeah. Well, let me finish my drink up,
Okay.
and we can have a little bit more discussion.
Oh, man,
Klaus got here.
Yeah. And Tanya.
Oracle says Kevin Smith claims that his secret to his dating success was that he learned how to eat pussy. Well, that is also very important.
Kevin Smith.
You know.
Who's that guy?
The guy that made
Kevin Smith sounds familiar.
He's the big tubby guy that made Tusk, right?
Oh yeah.
The kid that owns the comic book store. That's what you're talking about, right? Oh wait, is that dude's name? No, I can't even remember.
I think that's what it is.
Well, yeah, that is also. I would advise that dudes, learn how to do that. Because look, I feel like most women are gonna suck your dick.
Yeah.
And will try to be good at it. But I feel like a lot of dudes still don't reciprocate, and that, you need to up your game in that regard. Don't fuck it up.
Johnny was planning on being on time after she had his nap. I know, man. I needed a nap. I woke up early today. Went to Disney and everything. We were at Disney.
Yeah. Well, not Disney World. We were at Disney's Hollywood Studios, which is another park that's near Disney.
Yeah.
Went with my sister. We talked all about it at the beginning.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun. But yeah, we got up really early and
man, I'm fucking sore.
Went over there and it was hot as balls. And it's actually gonna be worse because my sister said she's coming back in August, and I'm like, what, bitch? Why are you coming here in August, for Christ's sake? That's like the hottest time of the year. And but I don't think she's gonna be here that long, so I might not get to see her then, but we'll see. Because usually she came down this time. She's been here since last Saturday. She got here last Saturday. So it was a week vacation. And then she stayed with my mom last weekend for Mother's Day. And then she was doing a different park every day. So we did Hollywood Studios today and we went over there. She does that a couple times a year. I think she's coming back down for the Halloween party too, like at Disney, which is always fun. I didn't get to go last year because I couldn't afford it, but she told me today, she's like, the Halloween night, the Disney Halloween party is already sold out, even though the tickets are $230 each. She's like, and it's already sold out. But they have, they do it all month. I think they do it from mid-September to Halloween. And the prices are different, like, depending on what time you go. Obviously, the closer to Halloween you get, the more expensive it is. But she was telling me, too, she's like, the amount that you paid just for 2 single tickets to go to Hollywood Studios, she's like, you might as well just pay a couple extra $100 and get a fucking annual pass, and then you can just go whatever time you want. And you get a bunch of discounts and shit. That's what she does. And I can get it cheaper because she doesn't live in Florida. She lives in Georgia. So I can actually get it cheaper because they give it to you cheaper if you're a Florida resident. I think it's still like $500, but you can go almost anytime you want. You can go to all the parks, all the parking's free, and you get like all this like 20% off at all the restaurants and shit like that. Like they give you a bunch of perks, and the hotels, you get the hotels a lot cheaper and shit like that. So I was like, my brother does that too. So him and his wife will just be like, hey, we're both off. Let's go to one of the parks for a couple of hours because you don't got to pay, So, I don't know. I might do that one of these days because we literally live an hour away from Disney.
Yeah. You can take the toll road.
Yeah, you just get on the toll road and it goes right to it. It's like super easy.
It's an easy drive.
It is very easy. So, what's crazy is I was thinking about it today because I know I always piss and moan about like Florida because I was born here and there's a lot of shit I don't like about it. Mostly the weather. But I was like, man, how many people in the fucking world would love to live a fucking hour away from Disney.
Oh, there's a shit ton.
And you could just go to Disney anytime you wanted to.
They got people that will move to Celebration, which is a Disney neighborhood. It's right there.
Mm-hmm.
You can live right there, and you can buy that damn pass.
Yeah.
What is it? A couple $100 a month?
It's and that's the thing my sister said too. It's like, yeah, it's like $500 something or something like that. But she's like, if you're a Florida resident, you can pay it month to month. Like you just give them like $100 down payment, and it's like $25 a month or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can go. She's like, there's a few blackout like days you can't go. They say usually like week of Christmas, like spring break, shit like that. Like the super, which I wouldn't want to go around those times anyway because it's too crowded. But it's like most of the time you can just go, and it's like. If you could just go to the park and not have to
anytime.
pay, and like I said, the parking's free too.
Yeah. And
they charge you $30.
Yeah.
To park nowadays. So the other shit in the park wasn't expensive. We didn't actually spend that much today. Yeah. I think, like I said,
the food isn't that much.
Yeah, I spent $12 like on a big salad that it was so big that I couldn't even like eat it all.
What was expensive? Come here.
And I got a frozen cappuccino, and I think that was $6 or $7.
What was expensive is like the soft drinks. It's like $6 or $7 for a fucking soft drink, but you get endless refills.
Yeah, you can fill it as much as you want. And like I said,
but you get that for $1.20 outside.
That's true. But like I said, I think they just do that because they can charge less for the food.
Yeah.
Because they're like, well, we know everybody who's going to want a drink because it's 95 degrees outside.
You don't have to drink that.
That's true.
They got $5 for a bottle of water, but there's water fountains everywhere.
That's one thing that's good about the newer parks that I noticed is that now they have water fountains and some of the lines have bathrooms. Yeah. Which they didn't have at the older. Because sometimes, like, if you're going to be standing in a line for 45 minutes, you're like, there better be a fucking water fountain or somewhere I can go pee.
In the newer parks, the lines that you're waiting in are indoors.
Yeah.
They're not outside in the heat. They're in the air conditioning. That makes it a lot easier.
It does make it a lot easier. And you don't mind waiting because you're not like standing out in the fucking punishing sun getting fucking boiled alive. You know what I mean? Some of the lines I think were like partially outside, but most of it was inside because of the newer shit. So it's like they got smart. But when they first built Disney World, I mean a lot of that's been there since the 70s. So they weren't really thinking about it, I guess. But now, obviously, they're trying to maximize everyone's comfort as much as possible. So I like that they did that. DVD Dragon says hag maxing, goth maxing, looks maxing,
hag maxing.
Hag maxing.
Hag maxing is it's a good idea. Younger guys having a problem with these younger women, they say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna date an older woman." They call it hag maxing. They're not hags though. They're talking about women in their 30s and 40s.
So I'm like an ultra hag.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm like.
But these are guys in their 20s.
I'm older
so
than that.
If you're in your 20s, early 20s, and your girlfriend's fucking 31, you think you're dating an older woman.
It's like, oh my god, she's ancient.
Old. She's an old lady. Man, that's a kid.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
You'll see.
Fucking Avril Lavigne is about 40.
Really?
Yeah, she still looks gorgeous.
Wow, now I feel really old.
Yeah, didn't you feel old? Avril fucking Lavigne is 40. You wouldn't know by looking at her, though she's fucking gorgeous. I think she looks better now than she did when she was a kid.
I mean, I haven't seen her, but probably.
She looks exactly the same. Long blonde hair, still in shape.
It's crazy how much younger people look nowadays.
Technology.
Yeah.
And knowledge.
Yeah.
And the food's better.
Yeah, I was gonna say we were watching.
They're not smoking and drinking as much as they.
We were rewatching that Foods That Made Us show that was on History Channel, and they were talking about prior to the FDA like regulations and stuff like that, how it's like food would be sitting out. They would just kind of.
They throw lye.
They'd throw lye on there, like just let's dye this with copper to make it look more green or whatever the fuck. They were putting like poison on shit, and it's like you didn't really have a choice. You had to eat, right?
Anything that came out of a can, probably poisoned. And there was no fresh food, really.
So people are eating fucking borax and...
Yeah, so you're looking at them in pictures of them at 40, and they look like they're fucking 70.
Yeah, they look rough.
Yeah. They're poisoned.
Yeah, I mean...
They've been eating poison.
I think people forget, like, how horrible the food was. Because, like I said, there was no standards.
Yeah.
There was no standards in advertising, even. You could say... Well, like when they first had like the Kellogg cereal and shit like that, like you could put it out and you could say it cures cancer.
Yeah.
You could just put that on the box. They didn't do anything about it.
And a lot of the alcohol people were drinking was partially wood alcohol.
Yeah, that too.
And to save, because it was cheaper, and there was no way you could really tell the difference in flavor. So they would cut it with wood alcohol, and that would fuck you up over time. You could go blind.
Yeah.
Over time, if you were drinking.
Yeah, people did.
That's why people who drank a lot looked like they were fucking 90 by the time they were fucking 40. They're drinking wood alcohol. Some of it was wood alcohol.
Like I said, they just didn't have any standards or...
Yeah. Well, they didn't have any knowledge either.
That's true.
They weren't trying to kill people. They just were trying to, well, this meat stinks. Let's put something in it to take the odor out of it. Fucking put borax in it.
Yeah.
Wash it out.
Because, I mean, it's rotten.
It's rotten.
But we still got to sell it.
You got to sell it. Let's get the steak off of it. It'll be okay. They'll be all right.
Yeah.
We'll cook it like that. And it'll kill everything in it. That's the thinking of the time. And then they'd eat some and they go, yeah, that's not bad. We fixed it. Man, no, get off of the fuck. Yeah. And
yeah, that's
a lot of the shit that they did.
About.
A lot of the shit that they did, because the people that were making it were also eating that. You know, because they were eating it from other companies and stuff. They thought it was science. They just didn't know the effects. I don't think they thought about it. They said, well, if it tastes okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
If it looks okay, it's all right.
And really, they didn't really have any... It's not like anyone was eating, like, super gourmet, like, good tasting stuff. It was just kind of like, oh, this is good enough kind of thing, maybe. Yeah. Well, the first episode was mostly... A lot of it was about Henry Hines. You know, and how he invented ketchup and stuff like that. I mean, they had ketchup before, but he was the first one to do tomato ketchup. Because before they had made it out of other things, like mushrooms or whatever. And the whole purpose of the older, like, shitty-tasting ketchup, which is not made of tomatoes, was to mask the taste of rotten meat.
Yeah.
Because you got meat that was, like, so kind of gamey or, like, yucky all the time.
Out of cans, yeah.
And you still had to eat it. And so you just had to dump all this stuff on it to make it taste not horrible.
Yeah. They ate bad shit.
They did. So it's like, yeah. But it's fascinating because I'm fascinated by, like, food history.
Yeah. By the time, you know...
the shit people ate.
By the time the 1920s and 30s started to come around, they were a lot better by that time. They were trying to work with frozen foods and freeze-dried stuff, and they were trying to get refrigeration into houses. But they just... You just couldn't get you just couldn't... There was... Food was either canned or pickled or frozen in a box, frozen in water, which ruined it. When you thawed it, it just was... Nobody could eat it. And nobody had refrigerators anyway, so it had to sell it quickly out of a store, and you had to take it home before it thawed. And it was just, you know, you could put it in the ice box with the other fucking pieces of ice and shit that you had. It's just... The food system, the logistical system that delivered food and produced it just didn't work.
Mm-mm.
It couldn't deliver you fresh food to your table. It couldn't even deliver it into a market. If it wasn't local, it was rotten. Or just not any good.
Yeah.
And it took them a while to get that right. And canning things was fucking real risky. They were using lead to seal the cans up. They were putting shit inside rotten meat to try to get it to taste like it wasn't rotten.
Yeah.
And the thinking of the time was just, well, it's rotten. That piece of that cow has been sitting there for a couple days. It's rotten. Okay. But if we mix it in with all these fucking other 200 cows, it's all
no one will notice.
No, you're not really gonna notice.
All the rot will kind of like
the rot will
diffuse
in there.
Out.
And what we'll do is we'll inject that fucking rotten cow with a whole bunch of liquid bleach.
Yeah.
and neutralize all that fucking rot.
That'll fix it.
Yeah, but that's not actually what happened.
No.
You'd fucking mix that rotten piece of meat into that good meat and contaminate all the good meat. The bacteria and shit would fucking eat up all the meat. The people that ran the factories just had no education in any of this yet. So the federal government made them apply to certain standards, and they kept inspecting them. And my understanding from it is that most of those companies didn't change their ways. They got shut down.
Yeah, and actually,
that's actually what happened.
They go into this a lot in the documentary because, like I said, Henry Heinz, the guy that invented tomato ketchup, which is still around today, his big thing was putting it in clear glass bottles because nobody really did that because he's like, most of the shit they made, they didn't want you to see it, so you couldn't like look at it before you bought it.
Yeah.
So it was in like a dark glass bottle or inside like a ceramic thing. And so he's like, this is good shit, so I want to put it in a clear bottle so everybody can see it, that it's a nice color and everything like that. And he was like the first one to do that. And there was a thing too where when the FDA or like, all the food safety laws were first being proposed, Henry Heinz got behind that. Yeah. Like he did him and his son did a whole tour, like they wanted that law passed because they had their ketchup was so successful that they had all these competitors who were making shitty stuff.
Yeah. Fucking up the
and just throwing whatever in there.
Fucking up the image of ketchup.
And then fucking it up. So he wanted them to pass the law because he knew his shit was good and that they would all get put out of business, which is what happened.
Yeah.
So he lobbied for food safety laws because he knew his shit was good.
Yeah, the corporate culture or the culture in the food industry at that time was just irreparable. You weren't going to change them guys. They were just crooks. The only thing you're not going to get them to change what they're doing. You just have to get rid of them, which is what they did.
That's what they did. They raided them
just got rid of them.
We're like,
only guys that gave a shit were able to do food. And Heinz was really and Birdseye, those two guys.
Yeah, Clarence Birdseye.
He
was the guy that came up with the frozen food.
And they were real good. They were like, look, this one here is contaminated, and this one is fresh. All right. Now, or they say one of them is contaminated and one of them is fresh. Which one do you want to eat? And you go, well, I don't know. And he goes, yeah, well, everybody's making this decision every fucking day. We got to get rid of these guys.
Yeah, that's what Heinz's son went to one of the congressmen or whoever it was.
Right.
And it wasn't even ketchup. He brought whiskey because he's like, I know you like whiskey. Yeah. And he's like, this is a super pure whiskey, or one of them's a super pure whiskey, and one of them is cut with methanol or whatever it was. Yeah. And he's just like, can you tell the difference?
Yeah, he tasted them both and goes, no. And he goes, okay, well.
You can't tell the difference.
You can't tell the difference. And every day people drink, they don't know.
And they don't know.
So they had to fucking get these guys out of business. They weren't going to change because they were just, they were dumb, really. I think
they're just they didn't care because if you were making money, you didn't really care. Yeah. What did you give a shit if a few people dropped dead or got sick or whatever?
They grew up eating shitty fucking poisonous food. I think they were kind of they didn't care. They'd eat it anyway.
Yeah,
because everybody was eating this.
Yeah, like I said, it's not like they had a lot of choice.
I don't think they had a lot of experience with good food.
No.
But here's the weird thing. When we say ketchup and mustard and relish, pickles from Heinz, they had other stuff that's pickled like cauliflower. We're thinking today those are condiments, but in the 1800s or early 1900s, those were vegetables. Those were food groups. Because that was the only vegetable you could get safely onto your table in those days. Unless it was fresh, bought at a market, and that wouldn't last long. And a lot of that shit wasn't fresh. So they wouldn't eat just ketchup, but I know that they would mix it with hot water and make tomato soup with it and put salt and pepper in it. And make tomato soup out of ketchup.
You can do that, yeah. One of the best things to do nowadays, if you want easy tomato soup, is just go get some good, chunky spaghetti sauce that you like.
Yeah.
And mix it with cream.
Cream will work.
And heat it up. Makes a pretty good, quick tomato soup.
So now we're on food history and shit. But they were... they couldn't, they were having a problem getting fucking decent food to your table. But the first thing would have been Heinz. Anything made by Heinz, pickled stuff. It was usually pickled vegetables because I think Heinz was a vegetarian or something. I don't think he believed. I think he thought all meat was dangerous, which it may have been in his day.
Well, back then.
Back then, yeah.
I'd be scared to eat meat back then.
Yeah.
You didn't know where
the way it was canned.
And
then it was Post.
Yeah, they did a whole thing about
cereal.
That's a good show. The episodes are really long, and they'll usually do. They talked about on the first one it was Henry Hines and Post and Kellogg's, who were like the big rivals. You know what I mean? Because Kellogg, Dr. Kellogg, came up with the kind of. Yeah, but like kind of the granola type cereal, but that was for like health food for his sanitarium. And his brother wanted to sell it to the public, but the doctor did not want to because he's like, no, this is part of our regimen and this is a controlled diet, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
We don't really want to do that.
You thought it could cure cancer.
Well, yeah, and like I said, you could totally say that too. And you wouldn't get in trouble.
Yeah.
But like Post, the guy that started Post company that makes Pop-Tarts and all that, like nowadays, he was a patient at the sanitarium and he like stole the recipes and he started making cereal. Also, he made grape nuts. And the Kellogg got mad, like the brother did, and he's just like, man, we need to like fucking sell this shit. And then they made, didn't they make, I don't remember what the first, because they made cornflakes, that was like an accident.
Yeah.
Like they left some of the dough out.
Yeah.
And
cornflakes
then
and grape nuts.
Yeah, grape nuts was Post.
Post, yeah.
He kind of stole the recipe for their shit, and then like he made grape nuts, and it was like a big success.
You would think that this is all bullshit. It's just cereal, but the thing is, it didn't require refrigeration, and it had a long shelf life.
And nobody made stuff like that. It was just, you know what I mean.
And you could put milk in it and eat it, but you could also put beer in it and eat it. Which people think that's crazy, like something off of a fucking teenage '80s movie or something. But no, my understanding that beer is one of the things that that cereal was like you could put cornflakes in because they didn't have.
I guess you could. I never tried it.
Milk all the time.
Yeah.
So, but people had beer. You could
of course they did.
And that was pretty safe to drink, so you could pour that. It didn't require refrigeration. And evidently, that corn flavor and the sugar worked out in beer. Now, it's not a modern beer. We're not talking about. It'd be like a nice Weizen beer or something, It wouldn't be like fucking Bud Light. That's not the kind of beer they were talking about.
Yeah, don't put Bud Light in your cereal.
Yeah.
I mean, unless
we're talking about something from a local brewery.
Well, I'm kind of fascinated by how certain foods became breakfast foods because now everybody thinks of cereal as breakfast food. But prior to maybe like the Industrial Revolution, I kind of feel like most people just ate leftovers for breakfast, like from dinner.
Yeah.
Like you just ate shit that was left over. So it was just like soup or meat or whatever the hell you had left over from dinner the night before. You just ate that for breakfast.
Breakfast was just a cultural artifact.
There wasn't like any breakfast foods.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that was 40s or 30s that breakfast started to really come in. I think they just ate pieces of bread and fruit.
Yeah. Or like I said, I kind of feel like here, like people just ate leftovers.
Yeah.
So whatever you had from last night. I mean, people will do that now. Like you'll eat cold pizza for breakfast. Like I know people do that, but I kind of feel like nowadays people have like specific foods that are kind of breakfast foods.
Jen, I'm wiped out, man. I gotta go. It's almost 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it's almost 10 o'clock. We've been up a long time.
I've been fucking doing Disney all day today. I'm wiped out. I gotta take a shower, get in bed, put my headphones on, go to sleep.
Yeah.
Gotta wake up. Gotta tear Jetty up in the morning.
Or afternoon, whatever time we wake up. Because I can actually sleep in tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll sleep in tomorrow. Oh, man, my fucking head hurts.
Mine does too, a little bit.
I think I'm dehydrated a little bit.
I'm kind of I might be dehydrated. Yeah. I didn't eat much today, but I'm not really that hungry either. All right, so we are going to wrap it up for this evening. Like I said, we've been up all day and been out in the sun all day at the Disney parks. So, we're kind of tired. But yeah, so thank you very much for hanging out with us this evening. It's always a good time. And thank you for your super chats. And we will see you guys again on Monday night for the movie review. So hopefully you guys have a good weekend. And we will see you guys again on Monday night.